she said, you want something out of here? I was like, yeah. She was just like, what you want? I said, I want some orange juice. Bring me some orange juice. She said, all right, you want Tropicana or Sun Spray? I said, I look, and I'm sitting there like, what?
Oh my God.
The fuck did this motherfucker just say? And the thing is, it's not even Sun Spray, it's Ocean Spray. So not only did she say it wrong, but she said it wrong twice. So it's just like
one sound like a nigga to curve a woman off of grammar alone.
it's just like that.
Is that a period, not an ellipses? Motherfucker.
Because dudes are pushy and girls aren't typically. Women aren't typically as pushy as men for sex. Typically.
That's factual.
They be pushing me. I love my life.
Man,
yeah, but that's not.
Motherfucking. What's killing relationships nowadays?
Social media.
Serial killers.
I think that it's.
Are they not?
This nigga crazy, boy.
I'm just saying, it's just messed up. Because in terms of like, you honestly care about someone, but then like they're actually like when they leave or whatever, you know, you'd assume that they're hurting as well and stuff like that, and the girls would be like, man, I'm sad too. Like, just all like,
Yeah.
Don't ever make a gawk reference and touch my
What's going on, everybody? I'm Wolfman, and you're tuning in to All Facts Podcast. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. As always, we got a cool little episode in store for you guys today. But as always, before we get into that, I'm going to let my guys talk to you. To my left, I got the Big C in the building. What's going on, player?
What's good? Wow. Ain't even get started. You already laughing, man.
What you talking about?
No, because like
you made the damn nickname.
Yeah, and it's just so funny how it just stuck. And
It's
now
stuck.
you're a big C.
Yeah.
You're a big C.
Capitalized
And somebody
C.
come through and say, "Little C," we probably gonna slap they dumb asses. You know
feel
what
me?
I'm saying?
You,
and it's so funny. That's like,
you see with the caps lock on, player.
yeah, big C.
Yeah.
See what the cast lost.
Yeah.
Big dog.
Yeah.
Come
I
on,
actually
man.
I
asked you how you were doing, though.
Yeah.
I'm good. No, it's
Yeah, lock in.
I'm doing good, man.
Yeah, it's one of them episodes.
You looking healthy, bro. You
You do look
appreciate
really
it.
healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. I'm working out every day, trying
Okay.
to get the as big as you is.
Yeah.
Working
I
it
appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah, you know when you lift heavy weights multiple times.
Yeah.
Repetitive motion.
That's cool.
Working out.
10 for Fred, Philosopher Fred. How you feeling, player?
I'm straight.
You straight?
Philosopher free.
Straight. You staying in the road.
Am I what?
Staying in the road.
You say you staying in your lane.
Oh, that was a good one.
Hell yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I've been broke my fucking laptop.
Whoa.
It's rough.
Yeah.
If you or one of your loved ones have suffered from a broken laptop,
Might be entitled for compensation.
You lost all.
you
You
might
lost
be
all the
entitled to
loot.
financial
Hell
compensation.
no, I just broke the screen.
Okay, as long as we ain't lose the loot, then
You
cool.
good.
I've been
cool.
on YouTube University. I already
good.
ordered my replacement joint.
I'm about to say
Yeah.
you can take it to what
That
is
is
it?
annoying.
You went to YTU?
Hell
Hold on,
nah.
time out. How did you break it?
Bruh, it was the dumbest
The
shit.
porn wasn't loading, so we
I
punched it.
literally like picked the screen up for 2.5 milliseconds and that bitch cracked. Like
So you too strong?
I don't know what happened, bro.
I say I'm working out, and Fred's got to one up me.
Hey, look. You know what he said?
It's
2
all
point
natural.
what?
2.5
1 second.
milliseconds.
Man
'cause I
got
barely
millisecond.
touched
This
that
man
joint.
got
Just-
this man got the thumb and index finger of a Greek demigod. Goddamn.
Yeah.
This man got life and death in the power of the thumb.
We
goddamn.
get it,
My
Fred.
whole screen just melted.
We get it, Fred. You work out.
This
Yeah,
ain't Kung Fu
man.
Panda. At the end, when he said, that's free.
What about you, London? What you got going on,
I don't
man?
got shit going on. I'm tired as hell, to be honest.
Hell
You been in the yo, ain't it?
I've been in the yard for 16 hours.
Yeah.
Straight.
London been in the yo.
For 2 days, span of 16. We done made some shit. And to be honest with you, it's probably not out. And I'm sorry, guys. It's been a long time, but we finally got somewhere. But when we drop the shit, hey, look, you can come in the game and do it one time and you can leave.
Mm.
You do it good enough, you can leave.
Yo.
Rihanna saw that shit. She did it good enough, and then she started doing fashion. She ain't never came back. Not for real.
You trying to be chameleonaire? Nigga trying.
Yeah, comedian that did
Yeah.
it real good. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's real shit. I have
Yeah,
been in the
one
jungle.
and out.
But hey, look though, what the fuck you been on?
The fuck I been on?
Yeah, what the fuck you?
This past weekend, I had the luxury of burying my grandmother. I sang at a funeral. I was the pallbearer, and it was just a beautiful. It was just a beautiful thing, you know. And uh, the thing that I kind of took away from that whole situation, because initially when I was asked if I wanted to do anything at the funeral, I was like, hell no, the fuck am I do something at my grandmama's funeral? But no, it kind of hit me like, you know, when opportunities come, you don't pass them joints up.
And your grandma gonna get fucking mad if you didn't. But my nigga.
Yeah, you know, I carried her one last time. You know what I'm saying? I took her all the way to the grave. So
was that here or did you travel?
No, I traveled back home.
That gonna be different.
Okay, I was about to say. I didn't know. I didn't know if you had any family that stay over here.
Man, I don't even know if I'm even strong enough to even do that.
Did you call it a luxury?
Yeah. It's a beautiful. It's beautiful.
I understand what he was saying.
She was probably retired. You know what I mean? When they go to the afterlife, it got to be a beautiful.
It's a sad moment, but at the same time,
it's beautiful.
Like,
it's most certainly a luxury because like.
Because some of the family ain't, you know.
But
I realize, you know what, but no, it ain't even that. It's just the opportunity to be in the position and strong enough. Because when I was sitting there, like when we walked in, they viewed the body and stuff like that. We sat down. I realized that, you know, I talk about being strong all the time, and there is if you have a definite idea of what strong is, then you also have to have a definite idea of what weak is. Yeah. And there's a separating factor between the two. And I realized sitting there viewing her that I didn't have the luxury that I didn't have was to cry.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have, like everybody else was doing that. I couldn't do that. I had to get up and sing in a minute. I had to go over there and play in a minute. You know what I'm saying? I had to carry her. You know what I'm saying?
So break.
Yeah. So it's just like the luxury in the sense that I was
strong enough.
Yeah. And it's like I'm privileged enough to be in the position in life to where I'm not. It wasn't so heavy of a hit that I was just out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I completely understand.
But you know it was a beautiful moment anyway. So that's why you held that shit together.
My dad and grandma passed like a month between each other last year. And they lived, you know, in the Bahamas, so I didn't even get to go to the funeral because of just the time. So it's like, you know, that's always something that's going to be like, because they were having the ceremony like the next few days, and you know, having to just, you know, it's not a place you could just drive to, you know, having to be able to get a ticket and then, you know, go on the flight, find the stuff, and then just like a lot of money, just the whole thing, and then try to get off work. Even though, you know, they have bereavement and stuff like that, it just wasn't able. So I wasn't able to be there for my dad or my grandma's funeral last year. So it's definitely, like you said,
luxury.
It's a luxury because that's not something I was able to do.
Yeah, it's amazing that you sung and you played. I know it was beautiful. I wish I could have seen it though.
Yeah. But it was a beautiful ceremony, man. We had a good time afterwards too.
That's good.
So
man. That's a good celebration, my nigga.
Yeah, so for sure.
I
I appreciate that. But we're going to jump right into this bullshit that's going on in the rest of the world, man. We're going to lock in. Maui, Hawaii. It's burning, man. The deadliest wildfire in American history so far. I've been seeing some very controversial headlines. Some saying that it's the deadliest in American history. Some saying it's just the deadliest in over a century.
So the reason it was so deadly is because they didn't have any, like, alarm systems going off. They didn't have anyone to warn them. Basically, there's supposed to be like a town evacuation thing or some bells, and there's basically no one knew. And because of the winds and the storms that was blowing, the fire wasn't being put out by the wind. It was just spreading 10 times faster. And the police were basically like, oh, like we didn't have even time to think, and it was just happening so fast. I think when it first where it blazed through it, they said it killed like 100 people within like the first few hours.
I thought they only said they only got like 96. The death toll is only at 96 as of right now.
The one I saw, it said it could have been an estimate too, because they were going off of, this was like when it recently happened. They said like 100 people, because they were also going off of the houses, and people were missing too. So they're
I know it's a lot more people
they're going
missing,
off of piece and bits. So
I think it's
I don't
only.
think that's an exact head count. I think that's just a assumption.
No, I think that they've confirmed 96.
When did the fire happen?
Oh man, the 15th.
I don't know
it was before the 15th.
I don't know the exact.
That was 2 days ago. It was.
All right, but even how like
that's rough though.
It is rough. I was at work like 2 days ago, and I had some guests, and that was from Hawaii, But they didn't know that like somebody that they knew had ended up passing away in the fire. But they had just found out about it at the table. But they didn't know it when they first got there. I think like 30 minutes went by, 40 minutes went by, and when I came back to the table to give them cheesecake,
Ooh.
it hurt them so much that they couldn't even, they didn't even want it, to be honest.
No, of course, yeah, that's awful.
And then they looked at me and just had to tell me about the whole thing. Like I know about shot and everything. It's a tattoo artist out there. I can't call her name, just because I be doing. You know what I mean? I'm kind of, but I can't call her name right now. But she's a tattoo artist and she kind of big out there. And her sister, died. And the people that was there, they was connected to her sister. But like whoever in Mali, that's what it is. Maui. She's like the best tattoo artist out there. That's what they were telling me. Like she's the best. You want some tribal things with the people that's out there, the culture. You gonna go to her.
So this is my question. Why? Because from what I read, the early warning evacuation alarm was pretty comprehensive. Like it was a working thing, and for whatever reason, at this time it just didn't work for what. That's what I was trying to get straight of, and it's still kind of early, so it's not. It's limited information on the whole thing, but that was kind of weird to me.
The reason I asked when the fire happened because, like I said, Shawty and them was at the table, and it took them even when they sat down, they had their food, and I about to bring them. It's like 40 minutes that went by, but they just found out. So when you said about the estimates, that he says rough estimates here there, you heard like it's 90 something. It might be. I think it might be more because they just found because the fires just happened, and them 2 days are like a day or something passed by. Even when they like, I'm just trying to figure out.
You saying you had these customers today?
Nah, I had them like 2 days ago.
Oh.
That's what
when it had recently happened. He was saying.
Yeah, like how recently it was because they can shine some light on like how fast.
I think I first heard about it maybe around Sunday.
That's terrible.
Sunday. Well, then that's crazy then because they just like dang.
Yeah.
2 days ago.
But you gotta understand, like you asked when it started. It's been going on for a minute.
It's still going.
It's been going. Yeah. It's been. Is it still going?
It's still going
sure
right
about
now?
that. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
But
it's crazy.
As of whatever today, the 17th, Thursday, August 17th, I'm not entirely sure, but I do know that it had been going on for a while.
Okay.
Because I remember seeing the headlines while I was down in Roanoke, so I know at least since this weekend, probably before then too. But yeah, man, that's an unfortunate thing, man. We're just gonna keep our thoughts and prayers for Maui for sure, man. We with you, man. This is something that I wanted to touch on that I know just a little bit about. Biden is people are complaining about the payment to the families of only $700 for displaced household, and when I heard his speech, he made it sound like he was alluding to that this was just for the immediate, like, to cover the immediate cost of, like, getting themselves together and all of this other stuff, like if they need to go to the hospital or whatever. I feel like people are thinking that
that's the total that he's giving them for compensation.
Now, once again, this is August 17th, Thursday, August 17th. So, as of right now, we don't know. Hell, he could falter on, you know what I'm saying, doing more. But I feel like people are under the assumption that that's all that he's going to send. It didn't sound like that from what I heard.
No, I haven't seen it, but it sounds like something that's like in terms of like for food, because it's like if something like that happened, they usually have mass shelters that they make for people to go to.
Yeah.
Like they usually resort to schools, and they'll have like hotels or different things with hotels where they'll like put people up. So I doubt that they're giving $700 to put them to spend for like motels or something like that. Usually it could be, but usually there's like when a big relief things like happen like that, it's usually there's like a big area where they all go, and it's probably for like food or just to like get them by while they're trying to figure out, like you said, things. I mean, because the first thing I could think of is how mad people would be is like, obviously, America's, plays Big Brother, so we try to send out money to like everyone.
Yeah, and that's what they were complaining about, the Ukraine thing.
And that would be a very bad thing, and look to like send all this money and stuff out to like everywhere else, and then like that happens here, and that's one of the main things they complain about is like whenever we need help, they don't. But I don't think
Yeah.
that's the. I could be wrong. I don't think. That's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
case,
yeah. Yeah, that's just something that I wanted to touch on because I was seeing people and like government officials are mad about it and calling it insulting, but I feel like politicians even have a hard time understanding political language, and I feel like politicians respond to political language just the same way as like the common people. And so even though they're politicians, they hear something and they jump to like the most extreme conclusions and then they politic about that.
So I haven't, like I said, I haven't seen it. But
Hey,
is it?
oh, go ahead.
No, you.
Hey, look, so don't get mad at what I'm about to say. Nobody. But like, what's that war that's going on with Russia and who else?
Ukraine and
So like, if not saying like, if he don't give them people nothing else in Maui, like how they send billions of trillions,
it was
billions though. But even he
maybe
ain't even sent a billion.
no, it got to be billions.
Billions though with an S.
Yeah, because we gave them like planes and
but
shit.
Then,
Yeah.
But you don't even want to help
not
your
planes,
own.
but a lot of tanks. And
But you
other
don't want to
than
help your own that's suffering now. I ain't gonna say I do a trip, but I do got a problem with that when you just so quick to send $1 billion over there, but you won't even send $1 billion.
But that's the thing, though. I don't think that we were quick to do that. Like when we look at the timeline, like because the thing is,
Oh, they were quick.
nah, the thing is like that thing that was going on with with Ukraine and Russia, like it took several weeks before we even decided as America what we were going to do. You know what I'm saying?
But
before it even started with money, it was sanctions.
Okay.
Sanctions were put on against Russia, and we made that move before we even started sending stuff. From what I understand, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong.
I think
But
you're right. But still though, they won't send at least one, and make the motherfuckers go start rebuilding. That's the right thing to do.
So-
send some real money because I mean $700. Okay, cool. Y'all building shelters. Okay, cool. Go back down there and rebuild.
So-
We doing all this stuff for
but
outside
that's
stuff.
but that's the
They won't-
thing. The money is for the relief of the individuals. The cleanup and all of this other stuff is already underway.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't. It's not. It's not gonna be connected. Now, what people are gonna be mad about is if they lose all these houses and then they're just like, well, we don't know what the because
because it's still fresh in the air. I feel you. It's still new, so we don't know what they're doing.
And I think to your point, Juan, when you were talking about the Biden thing about what he was saying and the politicians doing that. Again, I did not see his speech.
Yeah.
So I can't talk on it too much, but I do know obviously he's for more liberal, and then you have the more right wing side. So sometimes it's also could be just like not necessarily like a smear campaign, but you have a lot of people that are always trying to undermine.
Call it what it is, a smear campaign.
You have a lot of people,
Yeah.
and again, I'm not saying this was because I haven't dove into it, but because he could very well be saying that. But if certain politicians are not liking it, either one,
Yeah.
it's that's because they think it's an actual terrible program because it's actually 700, not what they think it is, or it's usually like people that are on the other side because obviously you have the House and Senate, and you're always arguing for this one.
Yeah.
So it's like other people are always going to be trying to make. Whether it was Trump in the office or whoever it is, they're always going to be like, there's always going to be a side you're not pleasing. They're going to say
Right.
it's bad. So
Yeah, because the thing about smear campaigns, and the thing about like any type of back and forth between a country that's only essentially broken down into two different political parties is when something bad happens, the criticism of one party is going to sound really good. Like them talking about the amount of money that he's sending, that sounds good. When you don't understand the full context of what the whole situation is that he might be dealing with, like that's what I'm saying. Like, because I feel like a lot of people don't understand that that money is specifically for each household, akin to the stimulus check that we got.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
I said because they sent a stimulus check to almost everybody versus this one small island that they only did 700 for. So I'm like, they definitely have the money to do it. So I think it's definitely there's no
Yeah.
way it's like they're like, oh, this is just all you're getting. It can't be.
It can't. But that had to be like the budget for like the initial this percent of what we're actually going to send is for like food and like whatever is needed.
Like you said,
immediately.
I think it's just temporary. With like,
Yeah.
hey, it's gonna take a minute because everyone's house is messed up. Think about all the people that are gonna have to find their families, then call insurance, and then there's gonna be a whole aftermath of them having to go through and like people will come over there and having to rebuild and do all that stuff, and they're gonna have to do it. So that's gonna take months and months and months for them to just have to go through every single buddy, because people are gonna sue for whatever reason. They're gonna have people pop up and sue against like why the alarm didn't go off. Why they said cops weren't evacuating. They said no one was out in the street
Some
saying.
dude said his water was off or some shit like that.
Oh, I didn't even hear that.
That's
But
crazy.
they said that the cops weren't like no cops and people on the road were like saying like, hey, evacuate or get people out of here. But so there's gonna be people putting things in, and it's just gonna be on top of each other. So I think, and again, I'm speculating here, the 700 is just a quick thing to try to get the people to be like, hey, we're gonna try and get to everyone, but this is a big scale thing. It's gonna take a while, and they don't want to leave any people with completely nothing. You know what I mean?
And then I know we're doing a lot of speculating on a podcast about facts, but
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, also I really think that the comparing it to the Ukraine thing is kind of like a false equivalency fallacy, because
Tell them why, Fred.
I was gonna say, like, Fred, what the fuck you think about the
Yeah,
situation?
I felt like we were skipping over.
Yeah,
Fred.
no,
He
no,
just-
I'ma say this,
He
you know.
waiting patiently.
I'm gonna say this.
Nah, I was just listening. These are good points.
Yeah, because I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna be done with it. I think that the money that was sent to the Ukraine was sent to the country.
Fuck that.
Because the thing is that Hawaii, that's an in-house problem.
Yeah.
So it's just like you send the total to the country and let them sort however they do. We already got the money, so why would there be this big lump sum that like you're not going to see that whole figure the same way that you would, because the lump sum that was sent to Ukraine, I'm sure was divvied up however they did.
They didn't send money, but they sent an equivalent of money in like
Right.
arms dealings
Right,
with
right.
rockets and missiles and things like that. So it's like
Probably sent some
Dang.
money.
it's like it's not that they just gave cash, but all the money we did spend in military spending, they sent a lot of that stuff out.
Got
So,
you.
I know we didn't send them planes. The
Are you
U.S.
sure? Because I felt like they
we,
said
Damn,
something.
we didn't send them planes because so we sent a bunch of tanks and airstrike missiles basically, but they didn't send them planes because they were afraid that if we sent them planes, they would do farther strikes, and that would help progress the war faster. And if it progressed the war faster and Putin was losing more, then he would be more likely to use the nukes he keeps threatening about.
I saw that, and I also saw they were afraid.
What
to
you
send
said?
planes.
To do it again with the nukes?
Nukes.
Shit.
Well, no, they got nukes, but I'm saying it's like there's tactical nukes and then there's regular nukes.
He gonna die
And they've been threatening to use tactical nukes. But if you use a tactical nuke, the tactical nukes rather know they're in Kiev right now, trying to take back over Kiev. But the problem with that is if you nuke a place, even if a tactical one, that fallout's still gonna spread to the other places back into Russia, and it's gonna spread to the or surrounding other places. And now you have more people having radiation poison and stuff. So when you're trying to like take over a place and other countries on the side, you're gonna piss them off basically. So that's why they're like America's was like calling their bluff basically, because it's like we know you're not gonna nuke it because it's gonna be worse for you, and it's just gonna be a bad time all
Were
around.
they ever talking? I don't think they were ever talking about nuking.
Oh, they did.
The Ukraine.
No, yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
It was some
basically-
headlines, but like I don't think he was playing.
No, it wasn't. They were saying they were threatening to nuke us
Yeah, I don't
if
think
we
he-
interfere, which is why.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yes,
That's what I was.
but
that's
they
what I
were
thought.
also talking about nuking, tactical nuking, because
And he's
it's
Oh,
different.
okay. I hear what
Tactical,
you're saying.
because
I hear
it's a
what you're saying.
smaller nuke and a more decisive area. But they were saying about doing that there. But the reason they haven't done that, even though they're like losing right now, is because of what I just said, like all the other stuff. Because it's like you could do that and have more chance to
Because
win.
in the beginning, I
think
know
they
that they
lose.
were afraid to ship planes over there because they were afraid of the idea that Russia would view that as a sign of us picking a side, essentially.
We did
I
pick
mean,
a side.
I know, but I'm saying, which is it's really
We
stupid.
completely picked a side.
It's really stupid. But no. I guess what I'm saying is it would look like we were actively engaging in the war.
Hey, haven't Russia and China linked up after this?
Yes,
you mean?
yes and no. So basically, China,
They linked up.
China was helping them out in the beginning, and they want to back them. But basically, Russia's losing, and China doesn't want to look like they're fronting a losing war. and China has a no nuke first policy. So they were basically like, hey, we'll come and help you. China's backing them on the thoughts that they think that if Russia wins this war and they take over that part of Ukraine, then that'll leave China room to then try to take over
Taiwan.
Is it Taiwan?
Taiwan. It's Taiwan.
It's so crazy how these countries.
It is Taiwan. I'm trying to remember the name.
Taiwan.
Yeah,
That's
so they
wild.
feel like they'll
And-
give them out, and then they think it's going to cause a chain reaction to where like South Korea is going to then try to take over the rest of, or North Korea is going to try and go back to the South and stuff like that.
And
So that's why they're kind of waiting, because they're thinking like this one small thing could pop off into all these, which is why the whole thing when they first said is like, oh, this is going to be World War III, because so many other things, like this is like the excuse they need to like capture all these other places. So yes, China's kind of with them and backing them, but they won't give them money and stuff or help them out in any wars and stuff now, because they don't want to help a losing effort. Because China's basically like, well, we're not gonna give you shit if you're losing. Like, why would we do that? Like,
yeah, and they don't have from what I understand, the president of China kind of agrees with. Like he understands Putin's ideology, because Putin wants to. Putin has never viewed, ever since the Soviet Union dissolved. They've never considered the Ukraine. They've never recognized them as their own thing. Likewise, China still recognizes Taiwan as part of them as well.
yeah, that's it.
And
exactly.
the thing about Taiwan that a lot of people don't understand, which is what makes Taiwan very valuable
And
to
North
China.
Korea too. They think that that war is actually technically still going on. It's just a ceasefire.
The thing about Taiwan is they are the world's leading producers of microchips. And so everything that requires a microchip, for the most part, is exported from Taiwan.
Damn.
Yeah, so they're like they real tough with that. And so that
No,
makes-
wait, it's Tibet. Right?
No, it's Taiwan.
You sure? I feel like I found it. It's Tibet.
No, bro. Tibet, no. Tibet is
You want-
above
hold on,
India.
You want
bro.
to bet?
I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. But
I promise- hey, bro,
I feel like it's
fat
from
show.
that.
I've been on
with no fats.
I've been on
it's a lot.
I bet you
Court-
$100
court-
right now that one is right
I've been
wrong.
on
You just a hater.
I've been on the political scene real tough. I promise you, it's Taiwan.
Real tough.
You
Because
probably right.
I'm gonna tell you why, and I'm gonna tell everybody else why.
Listen
They
to
might
a
be
lot,
interested.
brother.
They might be interested in it, even though this sounds a little boring. The whole reason why China is so crunk on the political scene on the world map
So
is
turned.
because they don't they have a choke point. So America, we don't. We can ship stuff. Our maritime trade we can go from the Pacific Ocean to China or Japan or wherever, and we can go from the Atlantic Ocean to Africa, the UK, or wherever else. China has a choke point. It's called the Malaccan Strait. It's in between Singapore and the Javan Islands.
Talk this shit.
And they that's one of the choke points. The other choke point is in the Taiwanese Strait. It's right there in between Taiwan and China. So militarily speaking, they've been doing all of these essentially no-knock warrants, flying planes over Taiwan into their airspace, into their sea space, just basically to fuck with them, just because they're like, you can't do nothing about it, just to like flex, like this is what we can do, and you're not gonna do nothing about it. It was a big deal, and that's why the president of Taiwan, might not have been the president of Taiwan, it was somebody. Some leading official met with us, and it was a big deal because China was just like, if y'all meet, then we're going to X, Y, and Z. But we met, and they didn't do nothing.
We punked their ass.
You
But
gotta
yeah.
stop talking so much shit, man. We can fight some wars now, but we can't have too many people coming at us at one time. You're gonna.
I don't know, man.
Nah, man,
We do gotta
So-
move. We gotta move on. But I'm gonna say this one thing about America,
NATO.
NATO. Because this is the thing. This is what I was
NATO.
going to say. Hold on. This is what I was going to say. You have NATO, and you also have this other conglomerate called BRICS. It's Brazil, Russia, India, which is crazy because they don't even fuck with China like that. But BR, Russia, India, China, maybe Saudi Arabia. But those no, it's South Africa. So Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa all have their own kind of knockoff NATO thing that's just way worse. It's like not as good. But like it's like the Harlem Globetrotters compared to like the NBA. Like they look good, but it's like they'll get swept.
So are y'all
They
saying
just
that
swept.
like so if everybody look up and they say they want to fight us, all the countries?
Do you not know how much people is in NATO?
I'm just asking. So y'all think America can beat them all at one time?
No,
it would
no.
be the end of the world. It's too many nukes.
China alone would stomp America.
Nah, bro.
If
China-
that, if that was the case,
No.
they would have been pulled up.
Nah, bro.
If they haven't pulled up because of NATO.
No, it's not. It's not because of that.
Bro,
because of
hold
NATO.
on.
Do you know why though?
Hold on. No, I'm not gonna let that slide. No,
Yeah,
telling
it's
you.
not. But do
Hold
you
on,
really
hold on,
know why though?
Hold
I'm
on,
telling
bro.
you.
China has a lot of people, but you got to understand that China also has to have a lot of
No.
stuff imported. To, hold on.
America has the best military might. That is a fact.
The
But
best
I'm not-
Navy?
They got the best
do.
navy. So look.
They
So
do.
listen.
No.
So listen. So it's only two ways to get into America. If you want to invade it, through the water or through the mountains coming up top of the United States.
Alaska.
Yeah. But no.
My-
So two things now: through the water or them fucking mountains.
Okay.
No matter what, we got the best navy, right?
You know that's the same way having to fight them on that side as well.
But we're not invading that.
That's not what I'm saying.
But I'm saying,
That's not what
I'm just saying. That's why nobody had pulled up.
Well,
No,
that's
hold
not why.
on. Because we're trying to talk about something that takes a little like education on the matter. The difference is that we have something in China's backyard in Japan. They ain't got nothing like that over here with us. On top of that,
I'm not. No. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying.
What I'm
not saying adding other people. I was talking about 1v1.
No, but that's what I'm
Yes.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
China ain't doing
Japan,
shit.
hold on, Trey. Japan doesn't have to get involved. They are because they are I think they call it like a springboard state in the sense that we have military bases set up in Japan. So even if Japan isn't involved in the war, we still have the capability to pull up in their backyard.
That makes sense, and I get that because
They
the
can't
bases.
pull up over here.
I don't think China and America will ever go to war in that terms, just because there's too many. There's too many enterprises that they do together. There's
Yeah.
too much stuff that, even if they're always on bad terms, the fallout on both sides of how much each place would lose in terms of people and just in terms of like resources and just having to put all those like sanctions on stuff, I could just see them not doing it. But if they're, like you said, if they're in something, if they did it, the only way I could see them doing it is because they're already allied with like Russia and other people that go into war, and they already made promises, and they're like, well,
Yeah.
we didn't start it, but we kind of with these guys, kind of like, for instance, like we don't have to start a war, but if something pops off and someone attacks NATO and stuff, when we sign that treaty and stuff, we got to go and suit up now. So
Fuck with them the long way, yo. But we're going to get off the boring political shit, man. We're going to slide on down here to memes and things in this mug, man. Before we get all the way gone, we do want to still say we with Maui, man. Shout out to y'all. And I highly encourage people to like look for any kind of way that you can help.
I love this next topic.
But yeah, down here in memes and things, man, we was scrolling, we saw some bullshit. As always on the internet. Can a guy and a girl be friends, be best friends without ever having sex?
I'm gonna say yes, and I have a reason for it. But I haven't. My philosopher Fred hasn't spit some knowledge on us today, so I would like him to go first.
Damn.
I feel like we like over talking him. He didn't get to talk yet.
I haven't spoken, so you're not over talking me.
Fair enough.
Listen to y'all over talk each other.
See,
Hey, Fred is Sweden. That nigga Swiss as fuck. That nigga stay out of it. That nigga just sit back.
I guess I feel like a guy and a girl can be best friends without ever having sex. With some, what is that, caveat?
yep.
Like, so
I think you go in the same where I think I'm going with it as well.
you're also not out of the way of the shot, but I respect what you're trying to do. But I already read the words. It's okay. But so I feel like without ever wanting to have sex is a no. They may not ever do it, but they could be best friends without ever technically engaging in the act. But one of them will probably want to, unless one of them is gay or both of them.
Or
Damn.
Both of them are busted.
Okay.
Even then, but like, even
That-
like two people with very limited options.
That's okay. So that was gonna be mine.
Hold on,
'Cause if-
before anybody just even keep talking, I was gonna be quiet about this shit, but it's most definitely motherfucking can fucking be. Don't be fucking stupid. Don't feed into bullshit and stop fucking feeling your emotions every time and fucking just going out there and being human. Like, be fucking strong. It's a no. Like, nah. If that was the case, then what is? It's the epiphany of this. What?
Are you saying?
I'm
that
saying
being
right now,
strong
yeah,
is
'cause-
the antithesis of being.
And
human?
I know I'm not fucking gay. Not to nobody, but I'm not fucking gay. There's no bitches. Like, come on now, don't even play. Like the fuck.
Call
And
me
I don't not wanna.
Mr. Bitch.
I'm a little confused of where this is going.
But
Because
He's
they've
saying
been
'cause they're
because
because
best
this is my
friends.
best fucking friend. This is my first best friend right there.
Oh, okay.
One is probably like my third. One is the third best friend whole entire life. But yeah, so it's a whole no. I don't want to fuck her and she don't want to fuck me. It's a no. We strictly fucking friends.
Okay, that
and it
makes
don't go past no limit. And I don't got like nah. I don't feel that. Like I don't.
Okay.
And another thing, like mostly, to be honest, it can happen, but you gotta not want to. You gotta want that to be your friend. Now you got other intentions, cool then, but they'll never be your friend because you want other things. So you can't even classify that shit. So that's how this shit goes.
Yeah, I know
So-
a lot of people who have had female best friends. A lot of dudes that have had female best friends. That, once again, as to Fred's point, I'm not saying that they might not have.
And I ain't
wanted to,
motherfucking gay either, or busted. But you said.
So
but they most certainly have never.
So I have two. So I agree with you on your situation, but I also agree with London what he's saying because I believe that too. But it takes a majority of guys. No, a very vast majority is not going to be able to keep in their pants to do what he said, and just in terms of like being serious enough to be like, no, we're both going to keep this very platonic. But Fred and you guys, the exact same thing. What I feel is like, because I've had female best friends, but I was not attracted to them in the slightest, to where like it could have never happened. And I feel like, but again, I didn't find them attractive. So it's
So
like
you saying that your best friend attracted you?
I
fuck
feel
you?
like- I feel like-
all right. So I'll give you an example. Women that say they have guy best friends have either have fucked them, or they're gay, like he was saying, because a lot of girls have gay guy best friends.
And what
They're
else?
gay, or they find them very unattractive, and then they just are never would ever have that. I had an ex that was like, "Oh, my best friend's a guy," and he's like, "Oh, he's one to mess with me, like but he was like." Yeah, I would never, like, he's like a 2 to me. Like, I couldn't even be slash draw. But that won't stop a woman from being cool with you and be nice. Same thing for me. Like, there's girls I know that they could be naked on top of, like, just a plaster just waiting for me. And I'll be like, nah, I'm cool with that. But thank you, though. Like, but if they were, like, a certain level of attractive, that's where he says comes in. Then that thought in your mind would be like, well, I never thought of it that way, but I'm off you. So it's like it's a very interesting line. But I also have had another female best friend that I made, and I ain't gonna say the names, but that I did have feelings
You
for.
slayed her, huh?
No, I did have feelings for her, but she curved me like 3 times, and after that, I was just like, all right, you're not interested. I'm not gonna be butthurt and be like, oh well, screw you because I'm a guy and we're not having sex. We just became better friends after that because I never then tried to like have that reaction with her, and she neither. And we were just like, I'm talking about like. Just really, really tight, and I'm not gay, so it was like, no, because like you said, I'm a straight dude, but I was like, if given the chance, like at the time, yeah, but after that, and she pretty much explained that I was like a no. We were just like, I was like, cool, I'm never gonna try again, but I enjoy your company. She was super funny, so super chill. So, but again, at that point, I did try, but I was curved. But like I said, not everyone has that like ego to where they can be like bashed or told no, and then go back and be like, nah, it's cool, we can still be friends, because then you're like, oh, they're in the friend zone. But, there's a difference between having, like, mad love over someone being stuck in the friend zone and just accepting that, like, oh, this person doesn't like you. I'll move on. Because I wasn't, like, still trying to get at her. It was just like, she don't feel that way about me. We just friends.
The thing is with stuff like this, and this is why. So let me be very honest. I hate memes and things. I hate when I come across something and
You came up with this.
This
shit,
is one of my
man.
favorite segments.
No.
Oh, you hate meme and things?
I
You
hate.
came up
I
with
hate.
it?
Yes, I did come up with it. I don't hate the segment. I hate memes. So I hate memetics. I hate when we see something and it says, "Can a guy and a girl be best friends without ever having sex. I hate when I see stuff like that because what people don't understand is that there's a spectrum of motherfuckers. There are different genres of nigga.
Yeah, that's
you feel what I'm saying?
Civilians.
So it's just like you have some dudes that can't. They will fuck anything that moves. They walk into the room, fish stop swimming. Like you, like it's some dudes like you just it's whatever it is. If it's a wet hole, they sliding in it. So it's just like
Guys,
some dudes that will never apply to. They cannot.
Guys, a fucking
be
curvy enough
just-
stick, throw it down some great hallway.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
What do you say?
They see a curvy enough tree, they'll hunch a chunk out of it. Like, like I'm serious. Like,
Got a chunk.
yeah, they'll hunch.
Baby
a
got bark.
yeah. For
Man,
real.
calm
leave.
down, bro.
No, I'm just being like you got some
Yeah,
some
that was kind of
you got some dudes that's
Yeah,
like you got some
bro.
Everybody
girls
gets
that's like
one.
that. You got
Everybody
some
gets
girls
one.
that's like that. You got some
I apologize for that joke.
but
But
then you have like a
Is it able though?
yeah. Is it possible? Most certainly.
Most certainly.
Yeah, because I'm the same way. Like, and I feel like the more like the way that it probably happens more often than not because men are just very sexually driven. I think that the thing that happens the more often is that the dude has caught the ick from the girl versus the other way around. Because I feel like if a girl catches the ick from a guy,
When you say ick, what do you explain?
like that thing that
Then we
is-
fucking. Basically, what he's saying.
no. The
When I
ick
hear-
is,
If the
no,
shot-
I'm
when
explaining it. The ick is when somebody does something that makes you no longer completely attracted. It's like
That's what. Okay, I was making.
yeah.
sure
It's like you're not even like it's like that's so disgusting
So
or
you're
that's so,
saying-
and it could be something small. People catch the ick over small shit.
So you're saying the guy sees something about the girl that he's like, then like no.
Yeah, because it was a girl that I was talking to, bro. We pulled up at the gas station. Shorty had like a little speech thing. You feel what I'm saying? And at first I
speech
thought it was
impediment?
cute. Now I don't know if it was an impediment,
Like a
or if it was
lisp or something.
Yeah. And it was like I thought it was cute at the time. We pulled up at the gas station. She said, you want something out of here? I was like, yeah. She was just like, what you want? I said, I want some orange juice. Bring me some orange juice. She said, all right, you want Tropicana or Sun Spray? I said, I look, and I'm sitting there like, what?
Oh my god.
The fuck did this motherfucker just
He
say?
said, "Oh shush."
And I just looked and I just said, yeah, and let the window up. And she brought back. And the thing is, it's not even sun spray, it's ocean spray. So not only did she say it wrong, but she said it wrong twice. So it's just like that was like, it was so much.
Well,
That shit
and
fuck with you.
One sound like a nigga to curve a woman off of grammar alone.
it's just like,
He said it's about the principles, bitch.
but like that.
Is that a period, not an ellipses? Motherfucker. Start slapping people. Ain't no way this motherfucker didn't just not do a PowerPoint in this motherfucker.
Yo.
Wait, you didn't
But
no,
no,
fix
for
your
real.
margins?
For real though, like, and because I feel like over
Double
time,
spaced?
I feel like over time, a woman might for some horrible reasons, and sometimes it might just be she might find the dude to be funny and be like, you know what, maybe I'll let him hit one time. But like, and the horrible reasons I'm saying is like she might maybe like over time she might be pressured into it because dudes are pushy. I think that's what I'm saying because dudes are pushy and women aren't typically as pushy as men for sex. Typically,
Yeah,
not saying that it can't happen.
I see what
Yeah,
you're saying,
yeah.
But no, yeah.
I would say that's factual.
They be pushing me. I love my life.
Man,
Yeah, but
you
that's
get
not-
your motherfucking
but
little Red Riding Hood head ass.
but that's not the majority, is what he's saying. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Hey,
Majority of women are very timid and
Hey,
very.
hey, woman, call me Red Riding again. I'm gonna come holler at you.
Hey,
my bad, bro.
Yeah, but damn,
hey,
man.
you can call him what you called him last week.
I don't even remember what I called it
You
last.
call him,
Hey, yo, Big C. What's wrong?
He
what?
said what's wrong.
What's wrong, man?
We're gonna get on down here. Was that all in memes and things?
Hell no. You only had one thing?
Oh, what's killing relationships nowadays?
Social media.
Serial killers.
I think that
Are they not?
This nigga crazy, boy. This nigga wild. This one wild
Yeah.
ass nigga.
There you go.
yeah.
All right, cuz.
If you laugh,
You
I'm off the
went,
hook.
you went fed.
You went
You went fed.
to federal, no, just
Yeah,
fed.
you
You
was
went fucking,
fed.
you went fucking retarded.
You went
Fuck.
fed.
Yeah.
Never go full retard.
All right, so I want to hear some good shit. Hey, Fred, go ahead and tell us why. Tell us why the social media is fucking up the game right nowadays, man.
I mean, it's just like porn.
Oh, it didn't say social media, but
God.
I
that's
did.
the one. Oh,
Yeah, he said.
Oh,
yeah,
you,
yeah.
oh, okay.
Right before you said serial killer.
Yeah, you ain't catch that?
Nah, y'all.
But
I don't want to interrupt.
it's
Fred.
more just like I said, it's I think it's the equivalent of porn, giving people a false impression of what sex is like. I think social media gives people a false impression of what relationships are like.
Damn.
Dating apps.
I actually saw somebody the
damn.
other day on Facebook that said he just posted was like, can some happily married couples give some relationship advice, you know, whatever, and there were 0 comments. And it was up for like 2 days. It still might not be no comments on there, other than mine saying
That's
like
terrible.
the silence on this post is
On
super
Facebook?
loud. Like, I was just impressed, and I wasn't gonna give my
He
advice.
said I was impressed.
But it's just like I think that I feel like the reason people were reluctant to comment is because with social media, no matter what you say, somebody's gonna have an argument for it.
That is 100% true.
And I think that if it's anything other than like a bed of roses, or, you know, look what my man did for me, or look what my girl did for me, blah, blah, blah. I've even seen positive things where they say, you know, I don't know if y'all seen that post that's like, positions I want to put my woman in.
And
Right?
it was them headlocks and shit like that.
No, that was the one positions I want to put my man in.
Okay.
That was the women's post, but there was a guy that posted positions that I want to put my women in, and you know everybody thought it was gonna be some like super sexual shit, and he was like, I want to put her in a healthy relationship where she feels secure. I want to put her in financial freedom and blah, blah, just stuff like that, like a whole lot of positive stuff.
Yeah.
And I seen a bunch of dudes up under there like, well, I can't do this unless she's my piece. I can't do this. It's like, nigga, shut up.
Yeah, like
You know,
Some broke motherfucker.
and I mean, I don't disagree with the guy. I feel like post Derek Jackson, we should all be very careful about what we say on social media and who we listen to on social media, as far as when it comes to relationships. Because my man was with that action, and he was not about what he was preaching. And he led a lot of people astray. I think a lot of women astray. So you got to be careful about when women start, or anybody just starts jumping to, you know, social media influencers like, oh, this is what a relationship's supposed to be, blah blah blah, because you don't know what the people are doing in real life.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think social media is definitely killing relationships. And there's unlimited options, you know.
I think I don't know if this counts as social media, but like dating apps, it is social platform. But dude, dating apps, man, I can't tell you how hard it is nowadays to go on one of those things and try to meet someone, because it's like Fred said, they're living in a false sense of reality. Nothing, like you said, it's like people watching porn. It's just like what they think's gonna happen is not what happened. Girls want you to be funny, but they want you to like make them laugh as hard as they've ever had in one sentence. And if you don't, then you're super boring to them, and they'll like immediately go to the next person. And I've talked to people that like have messaged me, and they'll be like, they hadn't, like, you know, it's been like a week, and they'll just be responding back, and I'll be like, I'll make a joke. I'm like, man, where were you for a week? And they're like, oh, I had like 3,000 people in my inboxes, like, and that's every girl, almost every girl on there. I'll be like, damn, shawty, I got like 2, and those were like today. Like they would be like, yeah, they'll be like, I got 3,000 like this afternoon. Like I'm that number sounds big, but I'm telling you, I've seen them post the pictures of it, and they'll be like, yeah, I have like 3,000 unread messages and these things like that, because what I'm saying, the point I'm making is a woman is just like the thing is swipe right. It is so, like you said, guys will screw almost anything that moves. So they're on there swiping on all these women, liking every single woman. Doesn't matter who it is. If she has a vagina, they're swiping on her. and women just have this such an ego boost, which is good for them. They should have high self-esteem. They should I feel like everyone should have feel good about themselves, but they're put on such a pedestal to the point where it's like every girl thinks she's a 10. Every girl thinks she can get any guy, which at this point they basically can because someone's gonna say yes. But it just makes this whole thing of like trying to actually have a human conversation with someone when the first ick or whatever you say can just make them like be like, oh, I'm just gonna talk to the next guy. Like grabbing someone's attention is almost impossible. And I had this conversation with this one girl, and she agreed with me, and we were talking about it. I said it's so hard to like talk to people in person because if you try to go up to someone in person nowadays, it's almost like a bad thing. Because if you try to go to a bar, talk to someone in person, you're a creep. They're like, why is this guy coming up to me? Why is he saying all this stuff? And I made a joke because there was something along the lines of she's like, why can't guys just like come up? Like I hate dating apps. Why can't they come up to you in person? Why can't I was like, if I came up to you at a gas station and started flirting with you, what would you say to me? She's like, I'd probably call you a creep or a weirdo for doing that. I'm like, exactly. But didn't you just say you wanted someone to come up to you and like meet you in a real place? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, my whole point. So it's like if you like because the girl.
But that's a little different though because and maybe I haven't made this point on here before, but where you meet people is just as much a part of like your success as anything else. It might play more of a role than if you even got game or not.
True, but I was using that as just an example of like say a gas station, but I'm talking about anywhere. Doesn't matter.
I feel like it's most people meet at work or in the same job field.
So yes, but I'm talking about like in a normal place, like
that's what I'm saying.
Not referring to a job, because if you see someone you're attracted to, it's not going to usually be at your job. If you see someone like
but most people who are together and stay together have met or are together because they met on those types of grounds where they were in the same field.
But
and stuff.
see, but that's not the point I'm making though, because if you know someone from work, you have days to build a rapport with them. You have multiple times to have that conversation. I'm talking about someone you just see in
because
passing.
that doesn't work because it never.
And that's what I'm saying. So it's like if you see someone at a library, can't go. If you see someone at the gym, you can't. You're bothering them for their gym thing. You know what I'm saying? And obviously it works for like some people. Obviously there's always going to always be exclusion. But I'm talking about you see someone and they were basically saying, why can't a guy just always come up? They always say like, why can't a guy come up to me and just talk to me, stuff like that. And it's like if a guy ever did that, first thing you're doing is calling him a creep or weirdo for trying to do that to you. They even make memes about guys at the gym trying to like talk to women and things like that. And they're like, that's why there's a whole post thing. But I go back to my main point of just saying, it's those dating apps have just got them. It's so twisted now to where it's like it's so easy for someone to just move on to the next person that you're not going to be given any time of day, like, and I do well on them. I actually do really, really well for the and I also meet people in person. But even then, it's just like you'd be amazed at how quick someone and how many of these girls have guys and where they're just like, and they'll be like, oh, like yeah, like. You're the only person I'm talking to right now because you're the only one I liked for whatever reason. And then they'll be like, you have like 800 or 3,000 people and stuff like that. And it's just like it's so easy for them.
I think the answer is really kind of simple. I think it's the same thing as why people get married. Because you start believing in something or you start believing in that woman. People don't believe in anything nowadays, even with the relationships, even how they start. Mm-hmm. There's no trust, there's no belief in it. But more so, believing in that person. You want to believe in them.
But you can't form that belief.
It doesn't matter when a person starts believing.
But the question,
what I'm
to be fair,
to that point.
To be fair, the question is what's killing relationships.
Yeah, I'm about to say, but and then also you still can't magnify how somebody gonna start believing in somebody. And you don't know when that shit gonna happen. You can look at somebody and start believing in them. Or you can have a conversation with them. They talking their stuff, and for a good week, you start believing in them. Or it could be 3 days. Motherfuckers have love by the first sight, but it's the belief level.
I agree with you. I'm just saying. But also what I'm saying is like there's a lot of times if you're on those stuff, they don't even talk. You won't get a sentence out. You'll match them. They won't even respond because they have so much other people to talk to, and then they respond finally back, and they're like, I was going through like 50 or something people.
It goes back to what they believe in. They even though she got all those messages and she got all that stuff, she gonna text what she want to. She gonna text what she believe in. If that person is who's chosen in her life, that's just who she choose. That's just out the gate. But she believe in that person out of all the messages that popping up. It's still like it just degrades itself because if you don't believe, then it won't go nowhere. They have to believe. no matter what in every relationship. If you don't believe, it's not about to go. If you don't believe in like
Believe what?
That's what I was trying to say. Believe
in
what?
that person that's gonna be there for you forever.
But you have to. That's what I'm saying. You have to talk to that person. You can't just look at someone. I can't just look at
I
your
can't.
picture.
But this
and
is
then be
the-
like,
hold on,
I-
hold on,
That's
hold
before
on.
a relationship.
But yeah, that's one that's
Yeah.
before a relationship. Two, the dating scene, I don't think so. Those two things are exclusionary in my opinion, because when you start talking about dating apps or meeting someone in public or in a neutral environment that isn't like a job space, or that isn't like a job space or a space where you can have where you can spend an extended period of time around that person. To me, that's more akin to a place where you meet someone for a one night stand. It's more akin to a sexual hookup place versus a place that's actually where you can actually identify characteristics in someone for a relationship. You can find someone attractive at the gas station, and to me, that's more of a visceral, hey, this person is cute, I might want to reproduce with this person. Like that's like the deep inner visceral feelings going on right there, versus when you're in an environment where you can actually spend an extended period of time with someone and say, okay, well, this person not only looks good, but this person, what going along to what you were saying, I believe in this person enough to give them a chance. But the thing that I wanted to like kind of interject into this thing is, first of all, Fred, that was nice, because I see people say like the internet, all of the like social media all the time, and I'd be like, that's such a stupid answer. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. What is the internet doing? The internet ain't doing shit. The internet is interneting. But no.
It's good. It's still it's
Yeah,
good
yeah.
one.
No. Yeah. Cause I guess I never really gave that influence as much credibility as I ought have. Because the way that I see it is that people live by different customs, and people don't understand how to find a mate anymore. And so they jump into these situations where I find this person here, and I have this idea of this person and what I want to turn this person into. Some of those ideas could have been formed from like what you were saying, social media. And
Yes.
then you jump into it and you're like, I want this person to do X, Y, and Z, but you don't even have the social skills. You don't have the patience. You don't have any of the prerequisites for an actual relationship. And sometimes the things for an actual relationship can only be forged once you're inside of the actual relationship, because you just don't have a real place to really forge those things. But I think that the primary thing, in my opinion, this is just Wolf Band opinion, that's killing relationships is I think the primary thing that might be killing relationships is just simply stupidity. And I hate to like be so like blanketed about
Gun
it.
barrel straight.
Yeah, like, because it's like, but I feel like people aren't smart enough to make relationships work. Like, two stupid people, very simple, that relationship can work, but that relationship can only work. I'm not going to say that. That relationship has the best chance of working if they are in a neutral environment. Because two stupid people in a complex situation, that's not going to work.
It's not gonna prosper.
It's not going. It's going to be very difficult. I'm not going to say it's not going to work. It's going to be very difficult. And I feel like society is just progressing. People still have old beliefs and old customs that are anachronistic to today's time. That just means that the ideas exist in a place and time that don't line up with what we got going on today. And so you jump into a relationship with ideas that only work maybe in like the early 2000s, the 90s or whatever. And even before then, because a lot of people, I feel like, get their idea of how a relationship should work from their grandparents. Because I see a lot of times people be like, why aren't men X today like they used to be? Or why aren't women X today like they used to be? And they have this idea, I don't know, this phantasmal idea, as if granddaddy wasn't cheating on grandmama, or like they went out there pimping and hoeing back then too. I don't know why we have, but that's an example of what I'm saying about why people are just stupid. People have just been dumbed down to the point, and it's just like, for real. Like, I just think that people are just stupid. Like,
But I think that like sometimes when, you know, to all of their negative attributes, right? Granddaddy and grandmama one thing they had going for them is they kept their business in house.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
So a lot of times, but a lot of that stuff you have to find out.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
saying like
Yeah,
they
you're right.
didn't have
You know what I'm
social media to
saying?
post
Yeah.
to everyone to see.
That
Yeah.
and they weren't like marriage. I guess was more sacred.
It was.
Mm.
Hell, like back in the 1920s, I think you weren't even allowed to get a divorce.
I don't know about that, but I do know that like it was just like and this is something that even me and my wife we still kind of do for the most part now is that like what goes on in our house it ain't nobody business.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So if we're having problems, normally nobody's gonna be able to tell. We have to be going through some shit
Yeah.
for you to even see it on my face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or and same thing for her. Like we were in that type of environment, or we grew up that way, where it's like we don't really take that stuff outside the house because the more outside influence you have on your relationship, the more pressure you have on your relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think people now are, like you said, quick to go to social media and post about it. They're quick to run to their friends. And I mean, the worst thing you can do in a relationship is take advice from a single person. Because
that definitely kill a relationship.
yeah, like I mean, they just don't fucking know.
when they ask advice from their single friends
You
that
know
have
what I'm
been
saying? Like,
that have ruined every
But
relationship.
it goes from guys and girls. Like if you
Yeah.
know your homeboy been out here on these hoes, like do not ask that nigga what you should be doing for your wife because he don't know.
Yeah, that's a
You
good.
know
That's a
what I'm
really
saying?
good point.
You got to talk to people who are also in the same situation, and you have to have a network of people, or even just a few people that can at least somewhat relate. Whether it's you guys sharing ideas, sharing advice, sharing ways that you've overcome obstacles in your relationship, because you could be giving advice and that could help you in the same way that receiving the advice could help you. Because as you're talking about it, you can kind of be like, oh shit, okay, all right, I should go put that into practice while I'm talking about it. You know what I'm saying? But like, people don't have them same type of networks because everybody is out here trying to live their best life.
Yeah.
And and I'll shut up after this. I think that
No, talk your shit.
the economy is also a detriment to relationship.
Ooh.
Because people do not have time to actually go find love, which is why they end up being with somebody that they work with, because you work 16 hours a day. So where the hell else are you gonna go meet somebody? You know what I'm saying? If you're working 12-hour shifts, then you only got like, another 6 hours of sleep, and that's,
Even if you weren't working 12 hours and you were working 8, they say you see your you do the math, 8 hours a week, 40 hours and stuff. They say you see the people at work on average more than you see your family.
Definitely,
So,
because you sleep. You sleep for the rest of that time. So you got
Yeah.
4 hours to fit in your family, your social life, your personal time, and the rest of that time you're either working or sleep. So because people have to spend so much time trying to worry about money, trying to worry about bills, why in the world would anybody in their right mind want to try to figure out how to now go and make somebody else happy? Plus all the trauma, plus all the damage, plus all the emotional damage, plus all the baggage and everything else that comes with a relationship. That's why I said last week, like, if you single, just stay single.
so I agree with your take, but I have a small difference in it as well. So I know people that have also gotten into relationships because you said the money, because they couldn't afford. And there's someone we worked with, and I ain't gonna say no names, but he literally got a girlfriend because the girl he was talking to, he said he ended up dating her because he was like, well, he didn't have enough money for rent, and she was trying to move in because she needed a place, and it was he basically said, well, she was gonna pay half and he was gonna pay half and stuff. So it's like you literally have people getting into relationships because it's more convenient because they have no money.
That's
Niggas be
insane.
plotting.
You should
Niggas
just get
be
a
plotting.
roommate.
Bro, and that's what I said. I said, bro, why don't you just get a roommate? He's like, well, I'm sleeping with her, so it's like fun. And I'm like, whatever. I was like, you do you, man. But I'm just letting you. I agree with what you're saying. I'm just saying. I just let you know, like on the other spectrum, there's other people that are like, because no one thinks of getting in a relationship because of that, but there are people out here doing it.
And
And
that's
also,
why-
Should never do that.
And that's why I said that two stupid people, if they're in a, if they're in a, if they're in a,
he did say that earlier.
if they're in a pretty neutral environment,
Calling a boy out.
it might be all right because they're, like I said, they're simple. They ain't having no deep philosophical conversations at home to disagree about. You know what I'm saying? They just, whatever. But like, if like you're in a hostile situation, and that's what I meant by that, where you got all of these turbulence, you got all of these turbulence. Thank you. All of these turbulent problems and stuff like that. It's gonna be hard, and because the thing of so when I say stupid, I mean people who can't communicate, people who lack effective communication skills, people who are easily influenced by what they see around them, i.e., social media, people who don't have good conflict resolution skills, because you have some people that suck at communicating but have great conflict resolution skills, just because sometimes they know that if I can't get my point across, I know how to remove myself from the situation, and I know how to navigate around this person such that we can still coexist, right? And so that's what I mean when I say that you just have people who, and I hate to use the word, are just stupid, and they're stupid because most people don't think. Most people genuinely don't sit down and think and process or do any type of introspection to figure out what's another thing that people when I mean stupid people, they don't know anything about themselves. And they taking time out of their life to try to learn something about someone else. You don't even, like, you can understand your partner all day long, but if you don't know nothing about yourself, you still put yourself in a situation where you're likely to fail in that relationship.
I got another one. But London, you want to go?
I mean,
I feel like we're running a train on this topic.
I had one last one I wanted to say, but I don't want to jump. No, I don't want to cut you off.
Go
You
ahead
want to
and say
go?
it, then I might go after.
One other thing, I personally been single for like 2.5 years now. Because I'm very, very picky in terms of that. So like I'm very a firm believer of like don't settle. And I think another thing that ruins relationships is a lot of people get into relationships, and I mean we see it all the time. People get into relationships. They'll have sex with someone. They get someone pregnant. Now they're forced into a relationship. They're stuck in a relationship. So I'm not getting into that part. But I do want to talk about, like, there is a thing in terms of like people will get into relationships just because they're horny. They want to have someone that's like a fuck buddy and stuff, and they're not really learning that person. And don't get me wrong, like, one night stands every now and then are cool. F buddies are cool every now and then. But I'm talking about like there's lots of people that I know people that have gotten in relationships just because they're lonely, and they'll be like not because they like these qualities about this person, there's other people, or yada yada yada. They'll literally just be like, well, I don't want to be alone, so the first person that calls me pretty and we start going out, they date them, and then like 6-7 months from there, they realize that they're like arguing all the time and nothing matches, and then they're worried, then they're wondering like, why doesn't this work? It's like, well, because you didn't try to learn each other. You just jumped into a relationship because, if I'm talking to a girl on one of the dating sites, just talking to them, and they told me they just got out of a relationship, which every woman ever always says this. They always say the exact same excuse. They'll be like, oh, I got out of a relationship, like, they'll be like, I was like, when the last time with him? I was like, oh, we broke up a week ago. I'm like, why the hell are you on a dating app if you broke up a week ago? They all say the same thing. Well, we broke up months ago in my head. I'm like, did that nigga know that? And she'd be like, no, because the women, all they'll say, and like I've had women confirm this, and they'll be like, it's true. They all say they'll be like, we break up mentally way before we break up physically. So you have all these women that are like, in their minds breaking up with guys and stop, they're getting distant from them months in advance, and then they'll break up with them, and then they'll like come in. I'll tell them, I said, bro, I'm not messing with you if you're like, you're like, you can't, like, that's a rebound. But it's like, no, but it, like, that just goes back to like them being lonely. Because if you were just with someone a week ago and you jumping into a relationship, and it's not like they're like, oh, I'm here trying to have fun. They're not like, oh, I'm just trying to explore because I got a long relationship. They all are like, I want another relationship, or looking for love. And I'm like, you're stupid, and you're like, you must, like, either you're still hurting, you haven't healed over this, like, how are you just like in this? And they all try to bring it to like, oh, I stopped caring about him like 7-8 months ago and something. Like, I'm not trying to talk to some girl that's gonna like terminally just like, I cannot get that word out, so internally just basically just be like, oh, at the first sight of an ick or something, is just like dissociates herself with me, and now I don't know the whole time. Then you have that poor bastard paying for all this stuff, going through this relationship this whole time. He's trying to figure out what's right, what's wrong with her, asking her all these questions, and she's like, "Oh well, I stopped caring about him a month ago, or blah yada yada ago." And that's, like I said, they fail because they don't take the time to learn. And
I
stuff.
think to what you saying, I think women gonna always do that because it'd be hard for them to let stuff go anyway. So they have to let you go mentally, then they have to let you go physically.
I don't know. For
They
guys,
just
it'd be hard
can't.
too.
Nah, it's different.
But that goes back to
different
that goes back to. I'm sorry. Then go ahead. My bad.
I mean, it's just different with how women think and how we niggas and they women. it's just like that. Like they just cannot just abruptly just disengage it all at once.
I feel like
Dad let them know that they love wasn't true even in the beginning.
Can we
do
get a
y'all
woman's
remember-
Can we get a woman's
do y'all-
perspective on this?
Do
But I'm
y'all
right,
remember?
though.
Do y'all remember what I said on the first episode?
I'm right as fuck.
Of
No,
course
I'm not saying you're not wrong.
Huh?
I'm
What
just-
you
I'm just-
Of
what
course
you said
not,
on the first
because-
episode?
Of course not, because I say a lot of shit and don't nobody ever remember what I say, even though it be some hot shit.
And the
Um,
first episode never really came out.
I'm talking about on the one with DJ with Mood. That's the first
Oh.
episode.
I was about to say
okay.
the first one's what we
I
did
know what
with
you said on that
with B-Right.
episode, but
Be
what you
real.
saying though?
What I'm saying is that, and this goes back to like being stupid, right? like people like, okay, so men typically, I mean, it's essentially going to what Dre was saying. Men typically bond and are more likely to bond and have a longer lasting relationship if they vasopressin bond with someone. Vasopressin is the love hormone for men, and
Niggas.
yeah, for niggas. And so like that's you vasopressin bond when you overcome something with someone. Like that's the primary way that vasopressin is released. Oxytocin, which men also have just in lesser quantities than women, and women also have vasopressin just in lesser quantities than men.
Like testosterone and estrogen.
Kinda, yeah. But oxytocin is like the cute, cuddly, I just want to be up next to yada this, yada that, which is why women probably once they lose that, once that void appears, where this lovey-dovey sensation is gone, they just want that hit of that from something or someone else. And so that's probably why they're more prone to do and act like that. So that's all that I'm saying. Because I mean, it is hard for me, just in a different way. Because for us, it's like we lose a companion. We lose until some men.
Every time I've broken up with an ex, it's taken me like at least a year to get over them. In terms of just like I won't talk to other women. I just
For
want
real?
to date. And stuff.
Because
oh, yeah.
vasopressin bonding is stronger
Could
than
that mean that you was
oxytocin.
just loving them?
Yeah, I
That's
did.
good.
Yeah, I was.
That's cool.
That's what I'm saying. I care about them, but that's like every woman that I've also ever with was in a relationship like the next week or month or something.
Yeah.
So it's always like what I'm saying. It's like that's what I'm saying. It's no, I'm putting my own stuff out there. It's fun. I mean, it happens.
I'm sorry for that.
It's fine. I'm talking about myself.
But
It's just that's what I'm just saying. It's just messed up because in terms of like you honestly care about someone, but then like they're actually like when they leave or whatever, you know, you'd assume that they're hurting as well and stuff like that, and the girls would be like, "Man, I'm sad too." Like just all like
Yeah,
like it happens every time, man.
But to be fair, I'm gonna let that moment. Hold on, I'm gonna let that moment marinate.
Hey, look, hey, Big C. That's why we call you Big C, man. You do talk some shit when you need to talk some shit, my brother. Amen.
But that's because of what I was saying though. Like because with men, we feel because with vasopressin we feel a sense of honor and reverence and all of these
You said
things.
honor, I felt like a samurai.
No, for real.
It is
but
that.
it is that though.
Once you start loving it, it does become
It is
that for
like
niggas.
that. It's just like certain stuff to certain dudes. Once again, everybody's on a spectrum, so this ain't just every dude. So don't take it like that. But
It's
like
for the
a lot
niggas.
of dudes, like I feel like it takes us longer to physically move on sometimes, in the same way that women do because of what we're after. You know what I'm saying? What's missing for us. It's not a sexual thing that's missing for us.
Okay.
It's more of a team member gone. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's the same reason why
That's
us as men, we do stuff like if a basketball player was really foul, we retire their jersey. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, nobody give a fuck about that. But like we do stuff like that's the way that when something is that deep for us, it's like we leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? It takes us a second. Versus I think with women, and it's not all women, but I feel like we don't understand that, like, if they go out and start doing something afterwards and they're saying that, oh, I miss you, and so they're doing all of this other stuff, but they're trying to fill that void. And it looks like moving on, but it's what it really is filling a void. And so that goes back to like being stupid though. Like you got
I knew he was gonna bring it back. I knew he full circle.
But yeah, like a lot of people don't are so caught up in their feelings like that they don't have time to really think about what's actually going on. And I'm the reason why I'm harping on this stupid thing. We gotta move on because we've been running a fucking train on this subject. Can't talk now. But
we gonna watch this episode back and play a drinking game and drink every time he say stupid.
But
It's gonna be lit.
But I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna leave it alone. When you're in a relationship with someone, you have to be able to work not only against that person's emotions, but your own emotions. Mm-hmm. And that takes an incredible amount of intelligence. If you want to make it last.
Talk that shit.
If you want to make it last. And this is just me speaking. Me and my wife, we've been married going on a year.
A whole year, huh?
And we've been together for what going on 5 years.
I wonder how
going
long,
on 5 years.
I wonder how long I knew that y'all was fucking married. Go ahead though.
Well hell yeah, but probably so. And after that, what
I
I'm
wasn't
trying
even
to say
invited
is
to the wedding.
nobody was.
Don't fucking worry about it because you know who should have got invited if it was one.
Nobody was
They
invited.
just ran off to Vegas and got invited without me.
Yeah, nobody.
I would have flew the fuck out.
let's
And
get
I'm mad
some
at
ice
you
water.
too.
Yeah.
Fucking pissed off about that shit.
Well, aside from how you feel right now, what I'm trying to say is this right here.
Yes, sir.
It's that
Niggas don't care about how I fucking feel. See, they do it in different entities. It's all good. They do it in different sessions, level to that shit. He don't care about what I fucking feel. Just like he don't be caring about your shit.
He don't.
So we in the same. If it one, but go ahead.
Speak your shit.
He ain't shit.
He ain't shit.
Hell
proper.
no.
I
Go
never
ahead.
claimed to be. But
Talk to us about how good your wife is and X, Y, Z.
all I'm trying to say is that
Uh-huh.
it takes an incredible amount of intelligence. And I'm not talking about like being smart. Intelligence. So you know how people have like athletes have like that whatever kinesthetics, that intelligence of like knowing how to move and contort their body and stuff. Mm-hmm. And it's like some people are just like geniuses at being able to like get a basketball and move and all of this other stuff. It's like you have to be that way emotionally too. You have to have an incredible emotional intelligence. Like you got to be able to like, and I just don't think that most people have the time because of everything else that we've talked about, like the money and all this other stuff. People don't have the time, the patience, the skill, and most people haven't been. I was just gonna say most people haven't been in a situation to even build those things. Mm-hmm. And then you also got to think about this, that, and I said this on another episode. Most people that this really applies to are like in their early 20s, like minus 25, like between 16 and 25. They've lived, most people, I assume, with a parent or a guardian most of their life. The unconditional love and treatment that they've gotten, they've never had to reciprocate, most people. So then you jump into a relationship and you don't have that skill because everything that has ever been done for you has been done for you by someone who already had that skill. You get what I'm saying? You have never had to perform that skill. All you've had to do was receive the skill. So when you get in a relationship, you still expect, look at these girls that want dudes to act like, especially that have great fathers. They want you to act like their fathers. Like even me and my wife have had like, not issues, but like I've seen where she's expected me to perform in ways that her father performs. I'm like, I'm not your daddy. Like I can't build stuff like him. I'm not as handy as he is. Like he can build anything. I can't do that. But it's the idea that things were provided in that atmosphere. Now you're under my stewardship. You kind of expect certain things from me because those things have always been blindly provided for you. You never had to think about it.
Talk that shit.
But hallelujah, praise God. We're gonna move on.
Damn.
We're gonna move on, man. This has been a long, boring podcast.
You still don't give a fuck.
This week's trash. We're gonna take the trash out and we're gonna get on the fuck up out of here. Take the trash out, man. The neighbors called the police on a boy who was going door to door to ask to do lawn work.
Well, a story I saw the other day that's going to make you smile, I promise. A young Georgia boy received a special surprise from a police officer in Hapeville, Georgia. The Hapeville Police Department posted this video to their Facebook on July 24th, saying Officer Colloran was dispatched to a call about neighbors wanting a young boy, quote, removed from the area. When Officer Colloran arrived, he discovered the boy was just searching for homes to do yard work for, so he could save up for a PlayStation 5. Officer Colloran, a gamer himself, was impressed with the young man and thought he would help him out and reach his goal. So the officer, with the help of his co-workers, went and bought the young man a PlayStation 5 themselves. A story sure to warm the hearts of everyone out there.
Power to the fucking people. Power to the fucking
Turn
people,
up to
man.
officer. What was his name?
Turn up.
So it's
Officer-
it's not him to trash. We're talking about the people who called the police.
Yeah.
But damn, shout out, man. God damn.
Officer.
Power
I
to the
thought,
people.
I thought his name was there. Maybe not. Sorry though.
I'm gonna need your name and badge number, sir, so we can.
But yeah, shout out to
Good.
the officer, man. That is fire. We need more stories like that so we can bag the blue.
I love
Stan Smith.
my favorite thing is when I see videos of like officers come and they have like the house calls, and then they're like the one I always see is like some old ladies calling about like the guys are playing basketball, and he's like, and they're like, they're playing basketball, and he's like, who cares? And he goes out and like plays with them. I'm like, that always makes it good to see like a little hope. You're like, yeah, thank God. It's like man,
Yeah.
because
That's
man,
that's the epitome of what they do. They protect and serve. That's that serving.
Yeah.
That serving, my niggas.
yeah.
Yeah.
Power to the people.
This week's notable person is really an institution. It's the state of Illinois. Is the first state in the U.S. to ensure child social media influencers are compensated for their work.
I just.
So children making money.
I'm sorry. I just had a funny thought in my head. Like,
What's
what
your
if
funny
what
thought?
what if he opened up the trunk and it was just a folding chair he gave the kid? I'm sorry.
Boy, what? But
From the Alabama, from the Montgomery thing, because all the memes.
hell yeah. Also after that,
That's fair. Fred disapproves. That's all right.
That's two.
I can't win them all. Hey, it's not third one yet. Not third one yet.
but yeah, shout out to Illinois because that's some cool stuff.
Yeah, shout out, man.
That's some cool stuff.
We just edit
Tenfold.
that. Edit that back.
What cause okay, say that again. They
Illinois is the first state in the U.S. to ensure child social media influencers are compensated for their work.
So they better get 2 checks.
Child.
I
Wait.
thought it was protecting them
Child
from their parents
social
stealing
media
their money.
influences.
Oh.
Is protecting the child.
So when basically Lil Tay, the one you were talking about, right?
It's protecting them. I don't know what it is, but it's protecting them from spending all their money. So they have to put a certain percentage of that money into a trust that the kids get access to when they turn 18.
Isn't that, don't they already have something like that in place? Where basically with the parents have the access to it or
But
what's
nah, it's a
That's
law
the-
now.
that's
though.
the-
But
yeah,
nah,
it's-
they
yeah,
just
it's a
made a
law.
You gonna have to get. You gonna have to put this shit in. You
Yeah.
cannot take none of it. Nah, this kid. Like it's a law.
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
what they did. Yeah.
Yeah, so they
Well,
on
that's
some,
gonna
they
suck.
on some gangster
Any-
shit.
any-
That's gonna suck for some people because some parents do take advantage of that. But I also know some stories of some celebrities when they were kids.
But
they
now
got-
that it's a law,
they-
I feel like they could get in more legal trouble for like trying to take advantage.
no,
of
no,
it.
that's what I'm saying. Some parents definitely do, and they do that. But I'm saying I do know other stories of like certain people that were famous, and the only reason they were able to last is because like their kid got some money and they were like living like paycheck to paycheck, and it was more of like using that money to get them all a better life. And, but then you have the other families obviously that takes advantage of it. But
Well,
now if you have an exact situation like that, and you're like, well, someone's like say 10 and they're on a show and you're getting paid all this buku money and they can't even use it, and you're still eating like bologna sandwiches and stuff. That
I
kind
don't
of
think it's
sucks.
gonna be 100% like fully like they're taking all of it. I'm gonna say like some of it.
Oh,
right?
it's-
it's not gonna be 100% right.
No, it's 50%, but
Yeah.
it's not even,
Oh, that's
it's
good.
not like based off their contracts or anything like that.
Well, that's good. At least they're getting something.
Yeah,
in
I'm
there.
about to say it's not gonna be like they're gonna be able to
Okay.
get something at least.
Is
so.
this thing on?
Is this thing on?
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not based off of their. It's not for like childhood actors that contracts with contracts or anything like that. It's only for people who are benefiting off of their children off social media. So like, if you're making all these TikTok videos with your kid,
Or the YouTubers and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
if your kid is on all of your videos, then I just did something.
No, you
Watch your
good.
foot
Oh.
on that cable.
Well, if your kid is in all of your videos, then that kind of you're making money off your kid without some said contract that this is the child's money.
Mhm.
So they're making those parents put 50% of that to their child.
This is such a
for when
you
they turn
fact.
18.
Are we on facts already?
No. I'm just saying, like, cause she made the itinerary, so it's just like this is like some her esque shit.
She love the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
All right, we're gonna talk
children.
about this and we're gonna slide about this piece, man. The Keke Palmer thing, man. She's in Usher's new music video.
Oh, I
Allegedly.
fucking love it.
Oh.
Usher's new
Oh,
music
I love
video
it, man.
Oh.
called Boyfriend.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you one thing I know
Ah.
for a fact though. He
What's
fucked Kiki.
you
Someone,
think so?
Whoa.
someone.
Hey.
We don't know that. That's all alleged.
Hey.
We all. This
Hey.
is all alleged.
We know, cause how when Usher grabbed Shawty and she was singing, you mean to tell me music video, and then they drop? You mean after the music?
It could be strictly platonic.
Bruh,
She
fuck
could.
that. Bruh.
She could be doing it for spite.
She ain't doing okay. She about to fuck for spite too. Guess what? Usher hit.
He got a woman.
It
I'm
don't
just
matter.
saying,
Usher fucking.
if Kiki literally is doing that, she could be doing it for spite, just to show us like, you know, the song and the name of the song and all the
Kiki
music video,
fucking.
just to mess with them.
Kiki don't fuck Usher.
Cause I mean, like that's a pretty good clapback. If it's no pun intended. What I think, cause I'm with you. I ain't just gonna jump to that conclusion and say that.
Hey, look.
Like,
Hey, look. I ain't gonna lie.
That's a wild
Oh,
statement.
yeah.
Motherfucker
It is a
talking-
wild statement.
Motherfucker talking shit. You mean come on? It's Usher.
what did you say?
Usher
Every
grabbed-
individual is
Usher
part of
grabbed
their
Shawty
own.
like he didn't have a woman. Okay. He
But that's-
started singing to her. Shawty
but
started
that's
singing
but
back.
that's
then,
Usher though.
Then her boyfriend.
He's
started,
he's a performer.
But look though, see, look, her boyfriend, typing, texting.
But that's
It goes by now.
But hold
that's
on,
different.
ain't
How
that,
they
ain't that
even-
what I said though?
How they set up the music video also? So he had to contact Kiki. Had to set this whole thing up, right? You mean to tell me you think,
Bro,
man, fuck that?
if the
And then,
music-
so what the song?
bro.
What the name of the
wait,
song?
if the music,
Boyfriend.
bro, if the music video,
Don't fall.
bro,
He fucking.
what if they make the music video and they have someone play Kiki's ex, and it's basically the conversation of her leaving out the door, and then like him on the phone saying it's not, and cause you know Usher's old school shit. I'm just thinking of like him in the rain doing like the old
Fuck
school Usher.
hypotheticals. Didn't I say though
Yes,
that
you did.
I said that I don't think that Keke Palmer the type of chick that's just gonna sit back and like let you, this individual who your only relevance in this whole situation is because of her and her name. Like I just didn't like it. Just didn't.
Is it out?
Yeah. Yeah.
It did.
Oh, it's out?
It didn't resonate. Yeah, you ain't seen it?
No.
Oh, he fucked.
This man.
Can we?
Usher smashed Kiki. Show the video.
How long ago?
This is not even allegedly. This is strictly a
It's
Dre
fact.
opinion.
He's just saying.
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
saying-
This is just an opinion. But
Play it on the podcast because they're gonna be
yeah.
yeah, I got
Yeah,
you.
but yeah, they did the little thug together without.
It was
shout out to
nice,
them.
wasn't it? Wasn't
Shout
it
out to
nice?
them.
Wasn't it good video?
Shout out to them, man.
Yeah,
They
shout out.
he
He fucked.
her boyfriend lost the bag though. Like and
He's still her baby daddy.
yeah, but
That
that
don't matter.
don't mean that.
Well,
like,
if they get divorced, he get a half.
because
They
no, I
not
saw
married.
people saying
Oh, they're not married?
no.
Oh, then she's
She
straight.
gonna
then.
have to
saw-
pay him child support.
Depends on what state they in.
She do got to pay him child support.
No.
City boys up.
Oh no.
City Boys. Oh, this man ain't got no shirt on in the
City
music
boy.
video. This man ain't got no shirt on in the music
Like,
video.
of course.
Oh,
That
word,
man got a
word.
little
It's
chest.
Usher.
Bruh, he
That
fucked.
man got the smallest chest.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
City boy.
He wearing them shades from Maui.
He smashing.
but I saw people saying that we cheered Keke Palmer out of a loving relationship, and it's just like
She left it on her own.
she did, and people don't
She
understand
didn't need to
that.
be there.
It's exactly. So it's a lot of like dudes get mad when they. So
He should have kept his mouth closed.
these
He should've.
red pill dudes are the same thing as like the what I'm trying to say is, you know how you had like when someone isn't the hot thing, they get mad and be like, oh well, you like this person or you like these type of people, and look how it's just all type of way is bad for you and shit. They the same. It's like these dudes that I be seeing talk about this shit is like the dudes that ain't never got no clout. If they ain't never had no clout, and then they got just a little bit for a little while, and now they realize that they ain't shit no more. You feel what I'm saying? Like you was never really whatever.
Come on.
It's just interesting to me, man. I don't know. Maybe I didn't make that point well, but
No, you did good.
But anywho,
He thought, and now guess what? Kiki gone.
but yeah.
Wait, okay. So for one thing,
What's that?
not to be like
Beat
I'm
him.
not on his side, okay, but we can't judge the entirety of their relationship from one little Twitter.
That's a
scandal.
good point.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
That's not fair.
That's
Yeah.
a good point.
So to say that we cheered her out of a loving relationship or disagree with that, like it very well may have been. He could have a slip up. He
It
could
could have
have
been the last straw.
But it could have been going downhill.
Because
Like he said.
I feel like if we're being honest, now maybe some people don't care, but I feel like most men would agree with the sentiment like behind what he was feeling.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Now to put it on social media, that was the mistake.
Right.
But I don't think him having an opinion is in a reason to vilify him, right?
Yes.
Go ahead. I want you to finish. I want you to finish.
vilify. Talk that shit. Damn.
Nah, I mean, yeah, like cause I've seen a lot of those comments too, where it's like you said, we cheered her out of a loving relationship. I don't know what the extent of the relationship is because I honestly didn't know that she was in a relationship.
With
I
Buddy.
didn't even know she was pregnant. To
With
be honest,
Buddy.
like
I
I'm just not hip.
No one really.
But
Yeah, no
That's
one-
why I said the other episode that we knew more about her kid than the nigga.
Yeah, and that's fair. I guess what I feel is that, because in my opinion, I feel like this is like it's a good capitalization on a bad situation, right? I don't necessarily want to call it a clapback. I feel like it's just people in the entertainment industry being in the entertainment.
I was waiting on you to make the joke.
You know what I'm saying? Like
He was trying to. He was holding it back.
They
You said
just-
clap back. He was over there like, yeah, he clapped her back.
But like, nah, rich people know how to make money.
But go ahead.
And entertainers know how to stay relevant.
Yeah.
So to ride the momentum from that, and then boom, okay, what's up? Now you got this going on. I got this song. I'm finna do this video. The opening line is, "I got heard your boyfriend is looking for me."
Going
Like,
that momentum.
You know
No,
what I'm
you're
saying?
right.
Let's get this bag.
I completely agree. I didn't even think of that. That's actually a really good point.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
a really good
And
point.
Absolutely.
this Usher song,
Yeah.
he's heating, and you want me to think that he ain't.
Man, look, regardless
man.
of
No,
regardless
but it's
of
gonna bring in clicks though.
yeah, regardless of whatever.
Views.
Philosopher Fred. You ain't gotta give us the real signs. Don't even worry about it, my nigga. I know.
Regardless of
Yo, is that
regardless
that
of
new-
whatever
that
with
new
that
cup that
situation.
shows you the eyes and
No,
like
it's
the-
not.
He tried to grab your cup, bro.
I'm just
Don't
saying,
grab
you
his
can't be
cup no
grabbing
more.
my cup like
I
that.
wasn't gonna.
Like,
I wasn't gonna drink it. I was gonna make.
It don't matter.
This nigga Fred about
I
to-
ain't never
he about
seen
to-
Fred kick.
What's in the cup?
It's
Hey, bro.
tea.
Yeah, bro. Leave this shit alone,
You
bro.
don't see these?
Don't ask Philosopher Fred what's in this
Just-
cup, bro. Just leave
It's
this
just a
shit.
thing,
That
man.
shit crazy. That shit.
But regardless of whatever with that, my thing was this, that you don't like, even if it was a loving relationship, it wasn't the kind of love that she was looking for. You can't be mad about that. You can't be mad about the way, like, because like, and that's what I was saying, like, she ain't finna be like submissive to like some dude that who like, what you got going on. You feel what I'm saying? Like, her whole career is her being Keke Palmer. That's not something that can be contained or confined to like the bounds of a normal average relationship. And you have to know that going into it. And that's my thing. It kind of goes back to the Jonah Hill thing too, because I saw something else that made me kind of understand where people were coming from, and it was just that like dudes will have the male insecurity has been the bane of liberated women's liberation since the jump. And so that whole thing looks to a lot of women like you're being manipulative and controlling, regardless of whether or not you actually are. But it's just the idea that you're using your position as, oh, I'm a man, you're supposed to submit to me. If you're not doing everything that I want to do, and I'm justifying what I want with love, then you're a bad person. And that's what they're calling a little kind of like emotionally manipulative. Because
It should go back to. It should go really. I'm gonna tell you what it really go back to. Stupid people.
stupid. Yeah, a lot of people are just stupid.
Stupid.
Can you say that again? Because I want to fully understand what you said.
Well, I just said.
Hey, bro, run that shit back, bro.
So I said that male insecurity has been the bane of liberated women's liberation since the jump. And what I started to understand was that dudes will say that I love you, therefore, and I'm here for you, and I'm here to supply, and I put on the facade of everything that you need to have a functional relationship, and I have these requests, which may be reasonable. However, it might not just be suitable for the woman in question. And men will make the woman or vilify the woman if that's not what she wants, because he's justifying his wants and desires by the idea that, hey, I love you, I'm this, I'm doing X, Y, and Z. But that doesn't necessarily mean that your lifestyle matches up with hers. And I feel like a lot of women, because they've been coerced, and a lot of men have been taught and believe that because by just virtue of having a penis, we lead the household.
I would say that you're also not mentioning though but I agree with you. When you said the fact that like men and women, but I feel like it's more so her just being on a higher celebrity status than him.
That's a part of it, because that's not that lifestyle doesn't fit who she is.
Yeah,
and she may have thought that might be at one point that, hey, that sounds nice, this is what I want. But when you think about what she probably thought about who she was and what she had going on, could she confine her life to this?
Yeah,
and the answer's probably it doesn't matter how much you love me.
I feel like that could be a reason why a lot of relationships for celebrities might not work, because they'd be like, "Who are you to say something to me? Like I'm Rihanna. Like you ain't gonna tell me what I can and can't do," type stuff, or for anything like that.
And because of that whole thing that I was saying, that comes off to some women, whether it is or actually whether it's intentionally this way or whether it's not, emotionally manipulative, because like you're vilifying me because I don't want this. And you are justifying your stuff with love and all of this other stuff to make it look good. And it might be coming from a genuine place, but you're confining me to it as if this is what I should be doing. And if I'm not doing it, I'm the bad person.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Well, I mean, we know what Keke Palmer is, but for her to even have a child at the age that she did, and what she had to believe in Buddy. At one point, right? She had to believe in him, cause like absolutely.
I believe I can fly.
I mean, that's Usher.
I'm saying, for her to be in a relationship, she had to. At one point, she's the celebrity status, she's higher, but he's kind of normal. But she had to believe in him to even go this far with that relationship, and with their relationship that they had, and they had a kid. But when did she stop believing? It's the real question.
Right when he sent that text.
Once they go, I think it had to be like
that was highly disrespectful. Like I would stop believing in somebody. It's like you're capable of this. Now that I know what you're capable of, oh my!
It goes
God.
back to what Fred said.
I would say
internet rules, social media.
But I would say this right here. For it to trickle down to a completeness, and she in a video with Usher of the relationship, it had to be already going down her side. We didn't know that. Then he said something when she was out.
Yeah, because that's spiteful.
Yeah, because she has to feel comfortable. She has to know that the cameras are on her still too. So something had to even trigger that shit before she even went out.
Like I said, Fred makes a good point when he said earlier, where he said that they're celebrities, they're gonna find a way to stay, because it's like they're gonna like you said, ride in that wave, like something big happened to keep the eyes and spot on them. I think it could be a lot,
but not this one though. No, not for her just to end the whole relationship with Buddy all the way down.
We're talking about the video.
They're talking about the other part, not the ending of the relationship.
In terms of the relationship, like I said, we don't know how healthy or toxic that relationship was. Okay, it could be it could have been the last straw, or it could have just been as simple as like Keke was just like one day was like, yes, I'm mad at this situation, and could she have went home and like fixed it and been like, hey, what you did wasn't cool. We're going to talk about this. You're not supposed to post our stuff on the internet. Or she could have been like, I'm Keke, man. I don't take that shit from nobody. Which is also probably what could happen. Like I said, see, we don't know what level. We don't know if it was like her going from 0 to 100. Like what he said, like, was it a reasonable request? Yeah. Was it bad that he put it online and put their business out there? Also, yes. But we don't know how many of those that was happening throughout the relationship. So it's like, that's just speculation. Like, was this the last straw? Like, this dude was messing up constantly? Or was like, he perfect the whole time? He made one mistake and she was just like, nah, screw you. Because I feel like that would paint her in a different light too, kind of. Because then it could be like she was like, you know,
depending on what it
damn.
is, that might just be that person's bottom line.
Hey, look.
But go ahead.
Buddy fucked around and found out. Now Usher done fucked this shot up. But you can go ahead and go.
Golly, I hope don't nobody ever fuck my shot. I'm gonna beat him up so bad.
But that's probably another, like you said, that's another reason why social media kills it, because you
people make them speculations.
Right there, you got niggas
jump so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
go,
know what I'm
what you
saying?
be
Like-
saying? You go too far, too quick.
Hey,
That's what you doing. That's what you doing right now.
Hey,
You
look,
go
but look
too
though. I'm
far,
gonna tell you
too
one thing
quick.
I know for sure. You can't compete where you don't compare.
Hell, yo.
Usher,
Alright, man.
but yeah, my point. All right, so say
We at the end of the show.
I
though,
forgot
man.
about that. I forgot about that. That was a good phrase. Can't compete with you.
Yeah, that is a great phrase. I have an announcement that I want everybody to pay attention to. This is going to be the last podcast in this place because we're getting ready to move somewhere else. So there's that. I hope y'all enjoyed this little feng shui while it was here, but we got to move on to bigger and better things. That's the
Damn.
first thing.
Can I-
Second, go ahead.
Do you need me to help you move?
If any of you would like to help me,
Fuck me.
No,
Hey.
no, not any of you.
Nah, man.
You
gonna-
didn't mean that.
You gonna be
Yo,
missing some
one.
camera. You gonna be missing some
One.
equipment.
Drizzy Sanchez, you make it seem like we need an army.
Everybody,
I would beat everybody up so fast.
everybody come. He get like 1 million subscribers. Everyone come to help. Every piece of equipment he has, no, it never makes it to the destination. Every couch gone. Every.
But yeah.
Okay.
We're moving in tomorrow, so if any of y'all got time to come through and
Oh,
help,
tomorrow.
yeah, tomorrow's when
You
we
didn't
move.
let us
Look
know
at
that
niggas.
quick.
Look at niggas.
Wait a
It's like,
minute,
yeah,
wait a minute.
I'll help. They
Wait a
say,
minute.
oh, I ain't.
Yeah,
No,
you
no,
feel
no,
me?
No, my
You
reasoning.
worry
My
about it.
reasoning.
I'm gonna leave.
Look,
Hey, look,
I gotta
I'm
work.
gonna leave.
No,
Don't
my
worry about it.
reasoning was.
Time when I get home.
My
I'll put
reason-
shit in my car, I'm sliding.
My reasoning
I'm
was.
sick of it.
Ain't none of your shit packed up. So I was like, you move tomorrow. It's all
can't pack
packed.
that
What you mean? In there, everything, most stuff in there is.
But none of this packed up.
Well, that's because we're doing the podcast.
I thought you
Hey,
could
he
have.
can't pack up the
And
couch.
do you not? What you mean? Do you not see this confunction? Do you not see this big eyesore sitting over here? What you talking about? The
don't-
only thing that's
don't
up
talk
are
ab- don't talk
chairs
about your
or-
wife that way.
or-
Yo.
my wife is so fine, bro.
You just called her an eyesore. So that was good.
That makes up for
That
one
makes
of
up
them.
for one of them. Those are just jokes. Don't hit me.
Anyhow, oh,
Did you see how Dre pushed the mic back?
I don't even like this. What you just say? Like, hey, but go ahead, y'all. This is the last episode. We fuck
but yeah,
with
we the
y'all.
last episode. This is the last episode, yeah. So we appreciate.
I'ma
that.
win
We
that damn
gon',
big box.
We gonna slide on to the facts, the physics. Y'all got y'all facts today.
Niggas never got a fact.
Come on
I
with
still
it,
don't.
facts. Fact,
Let me
fact,
look at
fact,
my
fact.
I got a fact for
Let
y'all.
me hear
It's not even my
them
notes this time. I did not.
100% out of 100% of the time, Fred, you're not gonna have facts
These are
on hand.
facts.
Facts.
Facts on
Go
facts.
ahead. Go
But you gotta
ahead.
give out
Go
box.
ahead. The illustrious Nala B. Go ahead and
Still get my facts.
yeah,
Well,
go
hold
ahead
on.
and
Can
slide
I
in
give
your
out the bosses since I started off the bosses? Can I end the bosses in this house? That would be nice.
if
They all packed up in them.
Are you withdrawing your
Not.
fact?
Yeah, my fact is gonna leave
Convenient.
if I can give out the bosses.
That's funny. I don't think you had a fact to start with. My fact. Let me see. Children that are in child care before they start kindergarten will miss less days in kindergarten than kids who've never been in a child care setting due to illnesses. Does that make sense?
Repeat, please.
Okay.
And slow down.
Okay.
Damn, she wasn't talking fast.
No, I'm trying to understand it.
Children in kindergarten. You got two sets. You got kids who've previously been exposed to other children in child care,
So you mean like pre-K, right?
or just anything like
Okay.
children who have been in a child care setting before, and then you have children who were at home in kindergarten. It's their first school setting or big setting away, with other kids. Okay, the children who have previously been in child care will miss less days due to sickness than the children who have not been in child care before, because their bodies are already
They built
able
that
to
immune
fight
system.
off. Yeah, their immune system are already built up, so their bodies are already able to fight off those germs.
Just from that 1 year.
Damn.
or
She
however
just said
long.
previously.
It only takes, I'll continue my fact. It only takes 1 year for your child to build that immunity. So
Okay.
like in that first year of child care, your child probably gets sick about 12 times
Mm-hmm.
in that first year of being in a child care setting, and then it decreases to like 4 times a year after that,
Oh,
up until the age of 5.
Immune system.
I love how hers are always gonna be like child facts information. Everyone's got their own little thing.
Dang,
So-
I don't even know what I want to do my fact about. Now I got so many.
Yours is always usually historical. I've noticed yours are always historical facts.
His comes with a setup.
Immune.
In Asia, there is a river.
You ain't lying. Actually, now that you say it, this shit always
With
is
a boat.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right, I got a two-parter.
Okay.
A two-parter because I'm gonna name a fact that I found that I found interesting, but I'm also gonna do my usual animal facts for y'all. So, there is 4 times, and I'm probably gonna butcher the way I'm saying this, but I'm gonna explain it better. There is 4 times the amount of people speaking English than native English speakers, and what I mean by that is, there's about 350 million Americans, but there's like 2 or 3 billion people that speak English. So there is 4 times the amount of people that throughout the world that know English as a second language than our own native speakers. And if you think about it, the longer you think about it, it's actually really wild to think about. We're very small in that grand scheme of things, but almost that's not a third, is it? There's a lot.
I think Spanish is the same way though.
Is it a 7th? Are we like?
I have no idea.
I think it's a 4th. So 1/4 of the country speaks English, but we only make up like 1/4 of the world, is what I meant to say, speaks English in general, but we only make up like 2% of the world's population, if you think about it. So it's, I don't know if it's 2%, but I just thought that was a really interesting one. The other one, huh?
I said we should check those numbers.
I told you the numbers.
No, I'm saying we should check them.
Fred said he don't believe your numbers.
When have I ever laid one of these? I haven't been right, man. You can check them. But
I got like a lot of 5
But
facts. I don't
the
even-
other one, my normal animal one, I like to screw people's perception of animals. You guys probably know about dolphins. Everyone wants to swim with them. Those little assholes. Dolphins. I'm about to ruin y'all's fucking day
You
for
gonna get
everyone.
us canceled because you're talking about dolphins.
So dolphins are like the thugs of the sea. So dolphins, a lot of people might know that dolphins like can sometimes drown people or hold them down or whatever, but dolphins are extremely intelligent. So they play with their prey and food, whoever, and kill them, kind of like orcas as well. But so like dolphins use they have an immunity to pufferfish, so they'll like pass pufferfishes around and stuff and use them to get high, and then like go and murk other niggas in the sea. They'll just get lit. They'll just get high as hell and just go fucking start thugging through things. Also, dolphins also gang. I'm not gonna say the word, but other female dolphins.
I told you you're gonna get us canceled.
Hey, I'm not the one who made the facts. These are just facts.
You don't gotta lay them down like that.
They tag team the female one, and the reason they do that is because this way all the dads won't know who the actual father is, so they swim in pods to protect the baby because they all think they're the father. Otherwise, they would kill the baby because they want. So that happens so all the women dolphins you ever see babies, she was just.
So you
she
saying
tagged one.
the dolphins are
So
straight?
is this a protection mechanism from the mother, or is this something? Because if she's doing that to protect her child, then that's smart.
No,
I don't know.
She's not purposefully.
Nah,
I
she's
don't
just
know.
Assaulted.
I don't know if it's something.
She's not purposefully.
They
She's not
slammed
like.
her.
She's
She's
not
not
like.
tactically-
Hey everybody, it's
That-
like hot and ready. Like no,
that-
she's not
She
doing
gets
that.
slayed.
That I don't know.
And she can't do nothing about it.
That I don't know specifically. I don't know if this is like a thing that just happened over time that just like,
Some things
or
are
if it's
some.
or if it's something that the mom just then mates, because it could be the woman's mating with all of them at the same time or going to, because that could be it. I just know that that's why they have it in groups and that's why they swim in pods is for the protection asset, because so none of the dudes will know who the dad is, so they're all like, well, I guess we just gonna stick around. It's basically
That's how the dolphins thinking. These
these are
intelligent-
nigga dolphins. These are nigga
They
dolphins.
wear
think like
black
talk
Air
like
Force
that.
One.
Need
Wait
some
till they come
dog test.
up. Wait till they come up
Not
with.
And
Wait till they
and
come up with aquatic child
They're-
support.
They're I don't even want to say this next fact because y'all just gonna be weird about
How
it.
many
Y'all-
facts
I
did
was
you
gonna say,
just
you
do?
said it was 2.
No, it's all incorporated with dolphins. I was just giving y'all a bunch of dolphin information, but I don't even want to say this one because I don't think y'all mature enough. You were laughing at Asperger's the other day, so I don't know if I can say that.
He's laughing at Asperger's right now. He's the oldest. What are you talking
like I said,
about?
How old are you?
What?
It involved their penises, so I wasn't gonna say it because I
How
know y'all
old are
couldn't
you,
take
BC?
it. I don't tell people my age. Man.
He said he don't want to get doxxed.
He probably like 35.
Time is a man-made construct.
It's what?
Alright, hotep nigga. He'll get your
I don't age.
advanced nigga theorem out of it. He'll get your
No, don't call me a hotep nigga.
Frank said he about to pull up on
I
you.
don't accept that.
Yes, sir.
you want to go or you want me to go?
I can go. I have a fact that we can actually test right now.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
So
Like a science fact.
yeah, it's like an experiment.
Niggas experiments. Go ahead.
This fact said that couples who are in love and they bond in a romantic relationship, they can synchronize their heart rates after staring into each other's eyes for 3 minutes.
So we need y'all to stand in y'all eyes, and 3 minutes gonna go by.
I can see
You don't gotta do it.
I can see a woman using that to like beat her man up. She
Look,
like do it. She's like, stare in my eyes, nigga. It's like,
y'all gotta
it's like,
move tomorrow. I don't want to ruin no relationship.
Yeah. she
And
start.
then Warren gonna be like, Warren gonna leave. Damn, we can't sync.
Yeah,
The fuck?
no, that's gonna be her. She gonna be mad at you.
Like,
Y'all can't
hey,
sing.
Drizzy, can I
It's
come
not.
sleep
That's
on the
not
couch?
what
real
it
quick?
Wong gonna be making excuses. I got an irregular heartbeat. Like, the doctor says it right here.
Yeah, I feel
High
like my
blood
heart gonna be
pressure.
racing faster.
Like
because
high
I'm
blood
probably gonna be
pressure.
on the verge of an erection. Yeah, y'all don't like that now, do you? See, look at you. Y'all walked right into it. Y'all did that. Y'all opened up that door. Now y'all mad about it.
Nah,
Look at
fuck,
that.
we ain't open up that shit.
Yeah, you did.
You went to that door
No.
and you opened that. No, you kicked that shit down and went through that bitch, nigga. We ain't open that.
And you
I'm
picked
mad.
the door, bro.
I'm
You
mad.
wanna know
Nobody said
You,
no.
I'm
what
mad.
they said on Courage the Cowardly
Kick
Dog?
that bitch.
You see that door? You want to know what's behind that door? You don't want to know what's behind that door.
But you know what you did? You kicked
Hey,
that bitch down. You
hey, props to the courage reference. I ain't hear one of them in a minute, but I'm mad at the way he phrased it. He goes, yeah, because I have an erection, and he goes, y'all walked into that. I'm like, no one caught that. Like it was like right after.
I know I ain't walking to those shit like that.
Yeah.
I know he did.
shit.
He looked at the door. He said, "No."
Can I give 2 facts? Hell, this nigga gave 2 facts.
Well, this
like
show.
four.
It's your show, technically.
Go
You
ahead.
can spend the whole day just giving facts.
Get on his ass.
Next
Big
show, he
Z.
gonna walk in with just a list of like 100 facts and just read them all. The whole show.
You should be on the podium on this one.
We're gonna be on the floor in the next one. He ain't gonna have this shit set up.
medicine. There isn't any medicine to cure a viral infection. Medicines only work against the symptoms, and measles is so crunk that it can actually give you immune amnesia, which means that it can reset your immune system to everything that you were previously immune to.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, measles can do that.
I mean, you had to get all them shots back over again.
Yeah, you got to get all your shots back over again, and the way that your body does
resets your whole fucking body.
your whole immune system, yes, measles can, and the way that viruses work,
Damn.
or the way that your body like kind of like fights viruses is just like your immune system sends your white blood cells, and they basically look at the RNA because that's all that viruses have. They don't have the D part; they just have the ribonucleic acid. They just have the RNA, and they take a screenshot of that essentially, and anytime it sends it's like a wanted poster all over your body. It's like, if you see this shit, fuck it up, and that's what it does.
So wait.
And so,
So if it resets your whole immune system, how does that work in terms of like
you die.
no. How does it work in terms of what is it called again?
I don't want to die like that, man.
Oh my god, what is it called?
It's crazy.
When you're building up antibodies, yeah. So how does it work for the antibodies? Because usually when you take medicine, you know, they say you don't want to take too much of the same thing because those antibodies after a while stop working.
Mm-hmm.
So if it resets it, is that technically something where the antibodies are now back?
Yeah, because antibodies, if I'm not mistaken, that's just like those are like your white blood cells and stuff.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's like
Right.
so that's
So
what I'm saying.
it
But
resets your entire immune system's memory. So all of the memory, everything in the storage parts of your immune system, it says, look, we forgot all of that shit.
I'm saying
we
that
forgot
could
how to
be-
deal with
if
it.
I'm-
This is
what
the
I'm
common.
saying,
This the
if-
common cold. I don't even know how to deal with this motherfucker
I'm
anymore.
saying if I'm listening to what you're saying right, and I could be wrong in the science explanation, but there could be benefits to that as well in terms of, like I said, because like I said, that's what they're saying. If you take enough of anything enough times, it's gonna become ineffective. That's what they're like. You keep taking such and such, you build up such an immunity to it that
Oh, you're saying because if you've already built
yeah,
an immunity
if you
to
built up
something,
an
it
immunity
resets.
to something, and you're always taking it, you're like so
I
like
don't know,
like
but
ibuprofen
I still
and certain.
think, but I still think that you still would need to.
I feel like that's what I'm saying. If it resets, would then they'd be like, oh, now I can take this. and
But
actually
no,
gonna be
because
effective.
it would be a good thing if other stuff didn't exist. So
You
it's
said
just
the
like
negatives would definitely outweigh the positives.
Yeah, the negatives
No, I
would
get that,
definitely
but I'm saying
outweigh
like
the positive.
like how they do with gene splice.
But
and
hold-
stuff.
but-
They
but
take
yeah, that's what I
certain
was just
things
about to-
of other things to make, like for instance, they're trying to make like, and I'm trying to hijack your fact, but like they take certain DNAs of their, like lizards can regrow back limbs, and they've been trying to take stuff like that out of that and put it into other things to see if.
But that's actually the
Humans
other
and stuff
end.
you
The
do.
other
Yeah.
end of my fact is that there's this thing called CRISPR. Y'all might have heard about it, where you can actually like create your own like baby, and it works similar. It works kind of the same way.
There's a
where-
movie. There's an old movie called.
But this shit real right here.
Yeah, this shit. Yeah.
called something genetics. I can't remember. It's an old movie.
They can like you can take out, for example, they essentially script the whatever genetic sequence for whatever causes the mutation for like heart disease. They can script that, and now your child will never get heart disease. Or if you want your child to have blue eyes, they can script whatever causes your eyes to
Yeah.
not be blue.
But
They
that's
can
like
script it to
millions and millions of dollars, but they do got that.
I don't know if it's even millions of dollars.
I think it's really. I'm
It's
just saying a
expensive.
high
It's
number. I'm
expensive,
just saying a
but
high
yeah.
high number, but
Yeah, but yeah, it all works the same way.
I can't be
CRISPR,
playing- I can't play
measles,
God
and
like
all of that shit works in all of the same way.
Yeah.
Long story short, your body is really fire.
Yeah, it is, but you can't be playing God like that.
nah. But I mean, I think that's one of the arguments is people saying is like you shouldn't be messing with babies and having to do all that other stuff because.
But I mean, if
Well, I ain't
if
gonna
you're
lie.
not if you're taking away a person's ability to come down with like heart failure or something like that, then
Oh, I don't doubt that. There's
Amazing.
plenty of I'm gonna say like you said, you're never gonna have an argument to where because you're never gonna have an argument to where both sides are gonna completely agree because you're
Yeah.
gonna have those. Some people are gonna be like, you're messing with nature.
well, those
of
people don't know
things,
nothing.
and then
Once
other
again,
ones-
like most people are just stupid. But that was that was my fact. Hopefully I made up for
All right, London.
last week.
What,
You giving a fact
I'm
out?
giving out boxes.
All right.
We giving out we need some music to be playing while this is going on. We need DJ Mood in there.
It's like we need boxes. Can one person get more than one box?
Can what?
I gotta give out.
My fact was that the couples can
Synchronize.
So I ain't want to
Syncopation.
do it.
Cardiac syncopation.
So do as I get like
We can do it after we finish the show.
we got a small box. We're talking about synchronizing words.
You know what we need to do? I'm gonna make something for us. I'm gonna make first place, second place, and third place trophies for facts or whatever.
That's what these are.
Yeah, but it's gonna be an actual trophy
Why?
We have boxes, dude. Like
because those,
we're literally dropping off packages of facts. Look at
And
this
we
package.
can reuse them.
But I'm saying I can make. but I'm saying I could do a 3D printed thing of a box that literally says that same thing.
Oh,
You
I
have a
mean, if you
3D
just
printer?
want to do that, that shit would be fire.
Lovely.
Oh man.
Don't get fired.
You didn't like the dolphin orgy? I thought that was really gonna appeal to.
Hey, the thing that I like about this is because see, I'm not one of the motherfuckers that be like, you get participation trophy. Somebody ain't gonna get a box. Last week it was me. I felt like I deserved a box last week.
Listen here,
You know what
man.
I'm saying?
Next, that's the last time I bring a sex fact for London. I thought.
Hey,
he was
did I
gonna
get
push it.
regular?
I ain't with that.
Did I get regular facts?
Yeah,
last
you
week?
got generic facts.
All right, man.
You got
I
generic
gotta
facts.
give me some non-mayo facts.
Hey, let me
I got vanilla facts.
let me know what you want them to say, and I'll put that on the thing.
Okay.
You-
I told people how to keep their kids in kindergarten and not get truancy.
I feel like there's some favoritism here. Didn't he say
It's
earlier
never
you were his best friend?
it's never it's never going to be. All of this is very like.
It's very biased.
It's very biased. But that's what makes it funny though, because like because last week I had the best fact, like objectively.
No, he did. Look, listen,
biased.
how I choose the facts, how I choose my shit.
Hey,
Life ain't fair.
Shit.
Some facts are hard to swallow.
If you
Listen.
say some fire shit, then you just say some fire shit. You know what I mean?
Listen. Next week, I'm giving out the facts, and everyone's gonna get. One person's gonna get all three of them. That's how biased it would be.
It's good. Hey, look. She has the facts about the kids, so we gotta show love to the kids. But I ain't gonna say what I want to say, but yeah, show love to the kids. But what Fred was talking about was intimacy and love that people can't even explain.
I was talking about intimacy too. It wasn't love. But
You were talking about dolphins gang banging these bitches and fucking up fucking animals out here after they get high.
Tell me that's not a lit fact. If someone told you right now, dolphins just be getting high and fucking bitches, you'd be like, wow, that's crazy.
Getting high fucking bitches and killing niggas. What it sound like? Being honest though, when Warren came out with his facts, it's just overpowered mostly everything. I want to give him all three, like you had said. He talked about how babies can even get created, and yes, he talked about like the viruses.
Hey, Juan, that was an amazing fact, bro.
I appreciate it.
I'm glad you thought it on your own, man. Can you stop trying to take Juan's facts? It's just not cool.
Baby, technically speaking, like what's mine is yours and what's yours is mine.
So I got the
You can
big
have
box
the big
and
box.
the
You
little
can
box.
have all of the boxes right now. I'm giving them all to you. Thank you. Yeah, with your fine ass. Come on, get up.
All right, let's wrap it
Hey
up.
yo,
said,
we gonna
"Drop
end the
this
show. This is the
I
last
tried
show. We love y'all.
That's how you communicate with your wife. You give her stuff.
We love y'all.
You give her stuff.
That's what Kiki's boyfriend didn't do.
You feel what I'm
He didn't
saying?
give her enough boxes.
Hey, look, do you know what Usher gave her? All right.
Dick.
Herpes.
Heavy
Oh,
dick.
my. Slater. Because you know what? If I was Usher, guess what I'm doing?
Speculation.
Big,
I'm
meaty
slaying.
claws.
And if I tell Shawty and tell her what for the video, what? Slater. I fucking love to hear
Oh
it.
shit! All the red pill dudes are just like, come on, people, let's all get along. Let a talking Jesus go to preach to us.
Hell nah.
Maybe someone would sound better if they didn't have big meaty claws. Yeah. All right, Timbo, that's been All Facts Podcast, man. We appreciate y'all. Write to us at allfactspodcastshow@gmail.com. Follow us on all our social medias, man. All Facts Podcast Show. You can find us everywhere. Listen to us. Write to us. Let us know what you want to hear. We're going to get more consistent with posting after we get this move out the way. But we appreciate y'all. Do y'all have anything that y'all want to say to the peoples? Don't all speak at once.
You can't compete when you don't compare.
10-4.
Live your life.
Yeah.
Don't be a square.
Yeah.
Come on, with the bars.
Feel me?
Don't ever make a gawk reference and touch my
Oh shit! You got
Genuinely
anything,
offended
BC?
by that.
I don't know who would do that. Childish and implorable.
Oh shit!
Nah, man, we just appreciate you guys coming out every week, man, showing love and support. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Let us know in the comments, man. We really want to make sure you guys get involved. Let us know who you guys are agreeing with, disagreeing with. Maybe shout out some of your own opinions and own facts. We'd love to get back to you guys, man, and maybe we'll shout them out on the show.
10-4. The illustrious Nala B. Did you? Huh?
I think I like that. Send in your facts to allfactspodcastshow@gmail.com. We're going to start a segment called The People's Facts.
Talk that shit.
Send them in at allfactspodcast@gmail. Allfactspodcastshow
We're going to mail them a box.
We will mail you a
That
box.
is hilarious.
We
We're
will
going to give them a digital box.
We will give you a digital box.
We gonna
Just
put it
mail
on the
them a box.
screen.
It's empty.
Yes. The mailman will come drop off the facts. For
Yeah,
sure.
I like that.
For sure. All right. Well, we're coming up with new ideas. We're going to keep it moving, man. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all as always. And I think that's about it.
You don't got nothing else to say? This is the last time for the last time in this house. Come on, man.
Well, in this, I mean, it's not the last episode. I mean, fuck this place, the place. A chair is still a chair, even when no one's sitting there. You feel what I'm saying?
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
But a chair is not a house, and a house is not a home.
This nigga just sound like he just giving like random ass Confucius facts.
No, hey, look.
Luther.
That's Luther Vandross.
You don't know.
I know. I'm just saying. You ever hear those facts that
I'm
they
just
be
saying,
saying?
you know that
You don't know that was Luther?
Come on now.
This has been our Face Podcast Show. We about to beat up Cordell. All right, we out.
I'm in danger.
Bruh.